No capture. The game capture.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just...
Oh, and live splits too.
There we go. All right, check one more time.
Oh,
Let's check.
Your splits too.
And everyone say something.
Hello.
Talking a normal voice, indoor voice.
Indoor voice. Outdoor voice.
All right, check. This is me talking.
Check.
Everyone, please chime in.
Hello.
All right, check one more time. Let's check. Yep. Right about here is good. So our levels should be kind of hitting the middle
Yep.
of that level there,
Midu.
and the game audio should kind of be halfway there, kind of
Yeah.
like in this area.
We'll do another check. Might as well.
All right. All right, last check. Checking. 1, 2.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Alan, say something.
Hello.
Let's.
Hello.
What are your thoughts on Pal World?
What are your thoughts on Palestine?
I was literally thought that's what you were gonna say.
It's the same topic.
All right.
Hello.
Let's.
Hello.
What are your thoughts on Pal World?
What are your thoughts on Palestine?
I was.
That's fine.
All right. Cool.
All right, so we're live.
We're live.
Why did it say stop streaming?
Oh, we're all right, so it should be up.
Cool. Want to save a local recording?
Yeah, let's do that. Let me just find a place to put these splits. All right.
Are you gonna be splitting or me?
I'll split because every time I finish one thing, I'll move on to the next.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
So what is this stream?
All right, let me start over. So, all right, so we're going to do a glitch demo for Ocarina of Time. But starting with a little bit of an intro, I want to kind of take you guys back to the first instance I ever learned about speedrunning or saw a glitch in a speedrun, anything like that. So I was in middle school.
Was this accidental, by the way, or intentional glitch?
No, this was all right. So it's kind of something completely different. So in middle school, my best friend at the time, he grew up with the NES, like I did, and he was like the only one that I could like go to who would like know what I'm talking about if I was talking about like old school Nintendo games. So one day he comes over to my house. We're on our family computer, and I have, I just got like broadband. This was probably like 2005, maybe. So he tells me, oh my god, there's a video about Super Mario 3 that you have to watch. This guy like beats it in like 5 minutes. It's crazy. I'm like, oh wow, that's sick. I want to see that. How do we see it? And he's like, you got to go to, oh yeah, thanks for moving the camera. He's like, you got to go to this website called YouTube. And I'm like, what is that? I'd never heard of it in my life. So we go to YouTube, and he punches in Super Mario, and we watch this video of a guy. He's like going through the game so effortlessly, and he's like dodging all these enemies, and he like beats the game really, really quickly. I didn't realize at the time, but I was watching a task of Mario 3, but I was so amazed. I was watching him like jump through walls, like clip through things. In like the auto scroller levels, he was like bouncing on all the bombs, getting 1-ups. It always looked like he was gonna get hit, but he never did. I was just like, this is insane gameplay. So obviously I know now what that is. It was like not done in real time, but it was still super impressive. But
what year was this again?
this was probably like 2004, 2005. Because like, again, like I didn't know what YouTube was. It had just become a thing. So yeah, since that time I was like amazed by not just like any gameplay video, but somebody who can show like the most optimal way to get through a game. It was just amazing.
I didn't know TAS was around that time.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was either at that time. What was the first time that you ever heard of like a speed run?
Well, I've said this story before, but back maybe in 2012, 13, there were two guys doing a Final Fantasy like race speed run between them. And I was like, what is speed running? Then I discovered GDQ, and then I like just got really absorbed into it. Not playing games myself fast because I'm not torturing myself, but watching.
But at
I
least
love watching.
Being like into what this hobby was.
Yeah.
Mine has to be like sometime around 08, 09 period where I was watching just walkthroughs of Kingdom Hearts and trying to see how fast people were beating it. And then I was like, wait, what are these times like people keep like stamping and stuff and whatever else? And it kind of went from a rabbit hole from there.
I see. Yeah, so fast forward a little bit. In high school, I started to become more aware of what speedrunning was. So I want to say 2008. I was like in the middle of high school. I had a friend named Salman. Shout outs to him. He again was like this one guy who like played all the 3D Zeldas on N64. He knew like all these old school games like I did. He grew up with the same stuff. So every time we would have like chem lab together, we would just sit next to each other and be like, oh my god, I saw this video of a guy like doing this glitch in Zelda, and he like got over here. And so I started watching that after school. I would go to YouTube and I would type in Zelda glitches, and I would just start from the top of the list. I would just work all my way down. Back then, YouTube was not as big, so it was possible to watch every video in that list, and I did eventually. Every day I would just like look at a new Ocarina of Time video. I would see like Door of Time Skip. That right when I started looking up this stuff, that's when Door of Time Skip was found, and it's just like a plethora of videos. It's just like so many, 1,000 videos of like go out of bounds here, skip this thing, like do this crazy shit. Do you guys remember Hypercam? Unregistered Hypercam?
Yeah, when the stamp would be on like that.
Do you know what that is?
The camera footage?
So back before OBS was a household name, everyone used this display capture. It would just capture your whole screen. It was called Hypercam. I think there's a free version that would just put a watermark in the corner of your screen. It would say unregistered Hypercam, and it would just be.
I have seen that.
Yeah, and it would just be people on Project 64 emulator showing off stuff in Zelda, and it would just always be in the worst quality known to man. It would just be 2 FPS because again, it's like running on Windows XP.
Think of like mid to late 2000s.
Yeah,
Like
video
the
capture was not good back then. There was no HD clear sources of videos at this time. Zero. It just didn't exist. I don't even think YouTube had HD videos at this time. So I would watch this stuff, and either I would have to follow this crazy emulator footage that was like super slow, or it would be a guy pointing a camera at a CRT. And again, you cannot see jack shit. You can't see anything. I'm just like squinting at the screen, watching it 1,000 times to figure out what the hell he did. And it was so difficult to learn this stuff when you have no resources like that. But anyway, obviously things got better. Yeah, you guys ever watched like really old like videos like that where just a guy pointing a camera at a
where the
CRT?
max resolution you could put on the video is 360p.
Yeah, YouTube, the max res used to be 360.
A lot of I've been looking at GameFAQ tutorials lately, and they'll link to YouTube videos, and they're so old. It's like 13 years ago, and it's a webcam pointed at a TV.
Right.
Yes,
Like
that is how it was done.
It's so good.
I imagine someone with their laptop, like pointing their laptop
Yeah.
at the TV and trying to play at the same time.
It's starting to make a comeback. If you watch certain Twitch streams, people just have a camera focused on the CRT itself.
Yeah,
and not
but
just direct gameplay capture.
at least now, if you look up a trick, you have like frame by frame, like the clearest footage you can possibly ask for, telling you exactly what to do.
Or ROMD compilations. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much information.
I mean, the tools that we have now are just so powerful.
Yeah.
It was different. So I learned at a time when things were very difficult, but the scene was exploding. Like by the time I got to college, probably like 2010, 2011, things were blowing up. I mean, things like Ganondorf got discovered. So like the world record of Ocarina of Time went from like an hour and something to like 20 minutes very quickly, because you could now wrong warp from the beginning of the game to like the collapse sequence at the end. Like crazy stuff that when you would show a casual person these glitches, they'd be like, what the hell is going on? I don't even understand this. So I do want to kind of talk about what glitches are and like explain them so they're not like so like arcane. You know, sometimes you watch something and you really don't understand how it works. Like why is it when you step in this spot, press B 3 times, hit C up, turn left, and then hit A and B, you're like warped somewhere? It just makes no sense at all. But there is an explanation for everything. And speedrunning is not like this thing that's accomplished. Like all this stuff is not accomplished by just one person, right? There would be a group of people in the community that would find glitches, but it would usually be others that take what they found and implement that into a run and get it all done. A lot of glitch hunters are not speedrunners, and I think that's an important distinction. Some people are just curious and they find things, but it doesn't mean that they're interested in running the game. But yeah, it's like you're kind of standing on the shoulders of other people. You know, you're taking this knowledge that other people made and then taking the next step. So sometimes I see comments on YouTube like, how did someone find this? Or like, how the hell, like, how would you know how to do this? And it's because no one person found it out. Like one person found this little piece, and then the other person found another little piece, and then it just kept going from there. So it's not like this singular achievement. It's really like a million players worldwide all contributing to this knowledge base. So that's really how it works.
For this game, yes, but obviously there are other games where there's one person like you with Batman Beyond Return of the Joker who are finding new things.
If we're talking about a smaller game, there may not be as many people, but this became one of the most popular speedrun games ever because nostalgia and the fact that this is one of the first 3D games Nintendo ever worked on. This and Mario 64 were actually developed concurrently, so at the same time. This was you're looking at their first attempt ever at building a 3D game, so it's just gonna be naturally attuned for chaos. Their math was just very experimental at the time. So even though the game works really well during a regular playthrough, a lot of crazy stuff is possible.
Do you know what the release gap was between Mario 64 and Zelda?
Around 3 years. So I think N64 shipped with Mario in like the end of 96 or summer of 96. Zelda didn't come out until 98, like December. So this game took a very, very long time to make compared to Mario. But I mean, arguably it's such a bigger game than Mario 64 is. I mean, think of like the whole game itself, all the NPCs, the dialogue, everything just took much longer. Also want to talk about why glitches are not cheating. Okay?
Oh God,
this
kill me,
this
please.
is good. This is turning into a rant now. All right, I'm sick and tired of these fucking people on YouTube who don't know anything.
I'm one of those people on YouTube.
Yeah, I bet you are. They go on a video and they're like, well, he skipped the whole game, so that's not really playing it. It doesn't really count as a speed run. Or he's cheating because he did this, and that's normally not allowed. All right. What do you think the difference is between a glitch and a cheat?
I see no difference.
Do you want me to answer as like a dumb person?
No. Answer it in a logical way. What do you think would be
For me,
difference?
when you play a game, it's just a casual playthrough of something. You're not really trying to beat it in a record time per se.
Yeah, you're just doing whatever the game is telling you to do.
Now, if you accidentally encounter a glitch while you're just casually playing, fine, whatever. But if you're like actively seeking it out, I feel like it starts to blur the line between just trying to casually enjoy a game versus trying to...
Right, but not deliberately.
Right.
If you're deliberately, like, let's say deliberately skip a whole bunch of dungeons.
Right.
Is that cheating the game?
What do you define as cheating?
Right. So this is just something I want to get into.
Cheating.
Right. Yeah,
okay.
I mean, unless it's a multiplayer game.
I think there's really only such thing as like playing a game as intended.
Right.
Which even the definition of that is nebulous.
It's nebulous.
Playing it, being vanilla, playing the game as the developers anticipated people would play it.
Right.
And then there's like being fast, cutting corners,
Yes.
whatever to do it
in
fast.
ways that they didn't expect you to do.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, but cheating is just doesn't really make sense
That's
unless it's in a competitive sense. Like,
Yeah.
you're cheating
Well,
at a board game.
I'll give
Yes.
you like a modern day example. Like GTA 5 is big, right? And GTA Online has a whole online component. A lot of people now when they stream it, they role play in GTA Online. So you get into like the whole, are you actually playing the game?
Roleplay.
Yes, role play.
Sounds hot.
Are you actually playing the game
God.
or just like trying to turn GTA into like Second Life or something, you know?
Yeah. These people need help.
They need help.
That's not part of this. They need help.
Anyways,
But I'd say like a glitch is something that's so like massively not anticipated by the developers that
yeah,
they would
clearly not intended.
that they would probably be like dismayed that I think there's like game breaking ones where it's like if you
Right.
do this as a player you're locked, you're soft locked, and it
Yeah.
ruins the game.
Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword
Yes.
have real glitches that a regular player would encounter by accident,
Right.
and that's not a fun glitch. It's one that just ruins your save file
have
and
to
makes
restart,
you have to restart your whole game. But everything you see me do in the game today is possible on a vanilla copy of the game. You can play it on N64, Virtual Console, Switch, whatever. All of these glitches will work. That means no extra tools needed. I'm not injecting some kind of tool or cheat into the game. This is different from Game Sharks. A lot of people are familiar with Game Sharks. This is not like activating a cheat that gives me infinite health or gives me like 100 million damage or something, or gives me all the items at the press of a button. This is a player using what the game gives you to manipulate it in a way that I can do what I want it to do. So a lot of stuff might seem crazy, might seem like cheating, getting through stuff, but I'm not doing anything outside of the game. I'm operating within the game's rules. If you kind of think of it like a computer program, the game is not sentient. It doesn't know if you're supposed to be in one area or not. All it knows is to follow instructions. If Link is here, then do this. If this happens, then this happens. It's basically a gigantic list of ideas like that. That's how the entire game operates. So we're just operating within the game itself. Everything is possible on real hardware.
Yeah, you brought up an interesting thing I didn't think about at first is Game Sharks, Game Genie. That's like executing code into the game by way of like a bypassing device in some way.
And that code is not present in your game. You
Right.
need the Game Shark attached to the system for it to
give you,
work.
like extra items, extra lives.
Yeah.
There are of course cheat codes, but those are developer intended that
Yeah.
you can
Easter
put into the
eggs.
game. Easter eggs. Sometimes it's like to test the game if they didn't want to like play this
A
level
debug
million
menu.
times. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So there are those cases too. But
Yeah, you can access like a debug menu and give yourself stuff, reward places. But again, that's using a tool. It's just different.
yeah.
What I just want to get across is all of these things are possible for everyone. You can do all of these things yourself if you just pick up the controller. That's
Do
all
the
you
do.
need. I'm just tired of people saying it's cheating. Cheating would be like attaching a device and giving yourself an edge that other people don't have.
Right.
And that's not the case here. Whatever I'm doing is not some kind of edge I have over other players.
Yeah, we're not about edging ourselves here.
Well, again, I think it goes back to what you define as like cheating. I mean, in
Yeah.
the speedrunning community, there are glitchless categories.
Right.
There's distinctions between all that
Right, like
stuff.
if you're only texting someone, sending messages, like that's not exactly cheating. But if you meet them, if you meet up with them and there's an implicit sort of
Right.
Wait, what are we talking
We're
about?
talking about window shopping. You're just
Right.
looking. You're not buying anything.
Yeah, that's not
So you
cheating.
don't believe in emotionally cheating.
Is emotional cheating
Well,
real?
You can emotionally cheat on Ocarina of Time with Majora's Mask, but that's
Why?
something that's different.
That's something you shouldn't do. Anyways,
Anyways.
all
feel like
right,
we
we'll
trade out,
start.
not trade
We'll
down.
get into it. Do you want to bring up anything else? Oh, in a few days, Wednesday, will be the 10-year anniversary of my first speedrun I ever uploaded to the internet.
Wow.
September 25th, 2014 was when I uploaded a speedrun to zeldaspeedruns.com, which was where you used to post your runs before speedrun.com became a thing. Yeah, 10 years ago, I did a route that used a lot of glitches where I didn't enter a single dungeon in that whole playthrough.
Wow.
And I beat the game in around 53 minutes, under 1 hour. It was not even close to being record at the time, but it was such an achievement and such a rush that this huge game that's so long, takes so long to beat, can actually be beaten in under 1 hour.
I think we don't appreciate because it's in the news so much that people beat games so quickly that back in the early days, it is such a
Insane.
novelty.
I mean, it's just insane to think about, like, how this stuff can even be possible. But, it's pretty much everything I wanted to get out. Yeah, I think we should just start. All right, so let me just start this timer. Oh, is it not working? Oh, I gotta click on this thing.
You start in the village?
Yeah. All right, so one of the first memories I had... Well, let me skip that. We're on Forest Escape. All right, so one of the first memories I had playing this game, you start in the forest, right? And this guy is covering the exit.
Is it Mido, right?
That is not Mido.
Oh, he's on the shop.
He's incorrectly known as Mido on dumb YouTube videos that don't know anything.
Oh no!
The misinformation. The misinformation is just like incredible out there. I accidentally skipped something. So you might notice numbers at the bottom of the screen and things.
I was gonna ask.
Let me
about
just
that.
explain. In order to do this demo, it's way easier to use save states. So I'm actually playing something called the Ocarina of Time practice ROM. So I'm able to bring up this menu here with LNR, and I'm able to just manipulate the game, give myself items, or put myself in places just so I can make the demos like very, very fast. So I'm actually going to load the first state here, import number 1. There you go. So I have all the items I need for this demonstration. So you're going to see an input viewer on the bottom left, but you can ignore it. It's just there to let you know what buttons I'm pressing. So if you're curious, you can see exactly all the buttons I'm pressing as I do it in real time. So that's kind of neat. Anyways, so we're here, and as a kid, I was like, how the fuck do you get past this guy? He blocks your way. He's not Mido. He's just some nameless Kokiri. He's preventing you from leaving the forest because you got to beat the Deku Tree first.
Just like
right?
the soldiers do in Majora's Mask. They don't let you out of...
Exactly. And you can see they're programmed to just follow your every movement, and there's no way to get past them. I mean, you can try all you might. It doesn't work. But it's always been a dream of mine to just get past this guy and have him leave us alone. So we're going to get over here. I'm going to shield, stab the wall, and the recoil from hitting the wall is going to bounce me right inside him. Let me try one more time. Look right over here. It's easier if I take my sword out first. Almost. Oh man, you know what? I'm going to use a save state here. There we go.
Oh, nice.
So when you interrupt the recoil by talking to him, so I just hit A to talk to him while it was like inside, the game didn't have time to like push me back out because it was trying to like push me out. I can't occupy the same space as an NPC. But now that I've interrupted it, we're in a weird position right now.
I was about to say, can we take a moment to appreciate this animation?
This is a weird moment. So great, I got it inside the circle, so I could just leave now, right? Except he still blocks you. That son of a bitch. He just still, and he's freaking out because I'm so close, and he just won't let me through. You can roll to get past him if you're careful enough, or you can do something a little bit more sadistic.
Oh, drop him out of bounds. Oh,
Bye. So we
Of
just
course.
killed him. He's dead.
Thank God.
And now he's gone, and we can just proceed.
Does the character ever
can leave.
reload into the world?
If you reload the area, he will come back.
He fell into the
unfortunately.
Lost
But
Woods. That's what happens to little children who go into the Lost Woods.
I don't think the game expects you to for that NPC to go that far into the wall. For some reason, he can just clip right through it. and you can leave.
Don't forget your split. Yeah.
That's Forest Escape, one of the many Forest Escapes. So that's an easy thing. Let's go Temple of Time. No, let's go back. Load state. Import. All right, we're going to Temple of Time. All right, some cool things to do here. Now, you guys remember the child dungeons, right? You have to beat 3 child dungeons in order to get the Master Sword. Now, previously at the other marathon, I showed you how to skip past the door early through this like little crack in the wall.
Yep.
You can do a side hop and get through there. But there's another method. There's something called lunge storage, where if you do a normal jump attack, you can see I go a set distance from that wall. I go about like 2.5 squares, right? But if I try to do an attack on an edge, right? If my back is toward an edge and I try to swing my sword, Link will try to move backwards and he'll just instantly fall, and I won't swing my sword. What's weird is that the game kind of preserves my movement, so if I do a jump attack again, I actually moved like a whole square further. So my jump attack, even though it kind of looks the same, I'm actually jumping further. Now, how can that be useful? Well, it kind of messes with your hitbox a little bit. And if you can jump further, then you can do this. Do a little setup. Whoops, I do it again. All right. So I get in this spot and do that lunge stored jump slash.
Yep.
Go right through.
Woo.
So yeah, let me no clip back out. There you go. So yeah, for some reason, having the slash canceled by you falling, it just makes you jump way further.
Yeah.
Again, it's like really hard to even notice it's happening. Just looks like a regular jump slash, but you do go further. And the fact that you're airborne for longer makes you just push straight on through that little gap in the wall. That's super easy to do. And when these setups that you see me doing, they're just a way to do the exact same movement and guarantee that I'm in the same spot. So using side hops and backflips,
Yep.
just a way to normalize your movement. Something else that's really cool here, some people may not know this. You might think you need all 3 spiritual stones to open the door, right? That's what the game tells you. You can see that I have no spiritual stones here. But what if I did some glitches to give myself the Song of Time? The Song of Time you can only get from getting all 3 stones. Well, if you play the Song of Time and you don't have the stones, you might think, well, nothing's going to happen, right? Well, you'd be wrong. Actually, the Door of Time will open, and Link will pull out 3 stones that he doesn't have, and the cutscene will play normally. So, like, why does that happen? Well, the game doesn't need to do, like, redundant checks, right? Like, it's not going to check 5, 6 different things to make sure you satisfied all of them. All it's doing is checking, do you have Song of Time? The end. That's the only thing it's checking for. So if you can play Song of Time, the cutscene will play. Simple as. So normally you're not able to like get to this part without Song of Time. So you might think, oh, it's no big deal. That's never going to happen in a normal playthrough. But there are glitches that you can do to like give yourself Song of Time without actually getting it normally. So this is just one of those things where it's like the game has a mechanic that it tells you about. You need 3 stones, but in the code, in the real like nuts and bolts of the game, you don't actually need the 3 stones. Similarly, the light arrow cutscene. Do you remember what you need for the final cutscene in the game? Like what you need to do as adult Link?
Light arrow. No, I don't.
All right, so to refresh your memory, as adult Link, you need all the medallions, right? So you got to beat all the dungeons.
Right.
And you get a medallion every time you beat a dungeon. Once you beat them all, once you beat all the
You said
dungeons,
beat 'em all.
beat them and you. Once you have all the medallions, you get a cutscene that tells you to return to the Temple of Time because somebody wants to see you there. And it turns out to be Sheik, who talks to you and reveals herself to be Zelda, and then she gives you the light arrows, which is like the final item you need in the game. But let's give ourselves the items we need. Watch what happens. All right, so I'm going to go give myself Spirit and Shadow medallions only, the last two dungeons. So if I reopen my inventory... All right, you see, I only have 2 medallions.
I think I know where this is going. I think
You know
told
where
me
this is going.
before.
So we're going to go to Temple of Time as adults.
Again, the redundant checks.
Redundant
It
checks.
only cares that you have those 2.
So this is the light hour cutscene, and this is true. If you were to play the game and learn some tricks, some glitches, and go straight for Shadow Temple and Spirit Temple, ignore everything else, don't beat any other dungeon, you will get the light hour cutscene.
And isn't it because they're not accessible unless you do the other ones?
Yeah, there's some redundant checks there.
Yeah.
You can only get into Shadow Temple normally by playing the Warp Song. You can't get the Warp Song without Sheik teaching it to you. And she won't teach it to you unless you did Forest, Fire, and Water previously. So again, this is not something that would happen under normal gameplay, but if you learned a lot of these tricks that I'm going to show you, it's completely possible to just get these 2 medallions only and then beat the game because all you need is the light arrows. So these are some generally misunderstood mechanics. The game is telling you one thing, but it's not actually the case, if that makes sense.
It's similar in like Mario Kart where some of the courses, like it's not checking that you're going through the entire course. There are only certain checks that you have to pass that counts as like a full lap.
Exactly. So it's not going to check every single position that you're at. You're kind of just checking flags. You could kind of think of it like that. It's like a checklist. You know, did he do this? Yes. Okay. Then disregard everything else.
Can you imagine if they put more checks into the game? Like, it would be harder for some speedrunning, I'm sure, if it checks every medallion rather than the last 2.
You know, I'm sure they did it for brevity's sake. You know, they don't want to code all these different little things, you know. It's more elegant to only check one thing and have that work.
Well, and that's where glitches can occur too, because in the Zelda games that we mentioned earlier, in Twilight Princess, in Skyward Sword, there's like logic errors in some checks that happen, and it prevents you from progressing because you talk to like an NPC before you do something, and it throws off the logic, and the game expects you to be further than you are. Or I think the one in Skyward Sword specifically, it expects you to talk to this NPC like before you went ahead and got something. If you do it in the reverse order, the NPC never progresses you.
There's a loop there that you can't get out of. It's because the flags get fucked up, and you know they just.
Why didn't Nintendo just patch it?
They did.
They patched Skyward Sword. They were never able to patch Twilight Princess. I think they shipped later copies of Twilight Princess were fixed, but. I mean, if it's a GameCube copy, there's no way for them to patch it without you sending in your disc.
And the Skyward Sword patch is one of the few things still accessible on the Wii Virtual,
correct?
The Wii Shop channel.
Yeah.
Well, this is why we should never have physical games, obviously. Protect the consumer.
Well, unfortunately for the Ocarina of Time devs, once they shipped this game, there really was no going back.
Do you think they killed the devs afterwards? Like, shot them?
No.
When they realized?
No, what this game taught them was invaluable. So all the future games, you know, obviously did things a lot better. Things like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess have way more robust checks. So you're not able to easily skip things as you could in this game. I mean, you know, the any percent in Twilight Princess is like hours long.
Yeah. I would say, too, people don't realize in general that the cartridges that they own in cartridge era gaming are version differences. There's like a 1.0, there's more. Some games, even ones like Donkey Kong Country, there are
different circuit boards that have different versions of the
they
ROM
realize
on it.
that there are glitches that happen that impact gameplay. They fix it, and then they send that version to the factory. But obviously,
they look no different.
Way different than today, where you can just download something.
Yeah, this is before online patches for sure.
Yeah. Which is interesting. I think a lot of people don't realize that. I didn't probably for a long time.
Different revisions of cartridge-based games. I mean, that's definitely a real thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the same with disc-based games too. Like remember the hot coffee mod? And,
That's true. Yeah, certain discs will
San
have.
Andreas.
You got to look for like the label on it
Right.
to see
Right.
what number it
And
is.
now they'll sell like early prints for higher prices and
Yes.
stuff. It's so stupid. Give you a break. Anyway.
Anyways, moving on to Kakariko. We're on top of the watchtower here, which is a nice little thing. You get a good view of the town, which is nice. Over on that blue roof is a guy just lounging about, and
Now,
as a,
I do know about this.
yeah,
You need the hook shot.
right. As adult Link, any game guide will tell you need to be adult Link to reach him because you got to use a hook shot. Because the roofs are all hook shotable surfaces.
And does he give you a heart piece?
He does. If you
Yeah.
talk to him, he'll just give you a heart piece just for being able to get up there. And as Child Link, there's no discernible way of climbing the roof. But if you get on this watchtower and just target him sideways like that, and you just do a side hop right off, you'll land right on the fence
Yeah.
and climb up.
So all along the watchtower.
What?
What?
Well,
Is that a Game of Thrones reference?
No, that is.
I think that's a song reference.
Yes.
So he'll
Jimi
give you the
Hendrix
piece of
reference.
heart regardless of like what age you are. It doesn't really matter. Like
Yep.
as long as you get them, you can get it. So yeah, little known trick. It's that easy. There's also some fun places in Kakariko Village to get out of bounds. So there's the bazaar, as it's called.
It is bizarre.
It's quite bizarre. Do you know why it's called that?
Like the word bazaar?
Are shops with various wares known as
sundries.
bazaars?
The very old
Yeah,
term.
I think it's a little bit of a strange crossover with like Middle Eastern sort of things in this
Right.
game. There a lot of like potion shops and stuff borrow from sort of like that like Middle Eastern bazaar idea. I don't know why that is. Especially like Gerudo Town is very inspired by that.
Right.
That's probably why.
Maybe. If you see acute angles like this, where there's a corner that's like pretty sharp,
That is such a cute angle, isn't it?
it's very
It's
cute.
adorable.
Yeah, you can jump slash in between it and get out of bounds. If I get in the right... Oh! I gotta save myself. There we go.
Whoa.
So any angle like that you see, any like tight corner, Link's jump slash, it just like kind of messes with his hitbox so much that the game ends up pushing him through walls. So if it's nighttime and you want to go to the bazaar, you can just do this, walk into the loading zone, and it'll like take you into the shop. He is open at night, but only for crafty people who are able to get in from the back.
That's bizarre.
That is quite bizarre. Getting it from the back. Anyways.
Oh my god.
Anyways, moving on.
Moving promptly along.
Moving promptly along. Let's talk about ISG. Everyone knows what ISG is by now, but
yes,
if you don't,
infinite sword glitch.
infinite sword glitch. How the hell does this work? Well, when you're crouch stabbing, right? It's one of those sword attacks that can get interrupted by stuff that you do on your A button. So if there's an NPC and I interrupt a stab by hitting A, all of a sudden the camera is just kind of weird. You know, kind of like it's having trouble following Link around.
Yeah.
And for some reason,
Oh boy.
my sword is like,
It's a stream,
Kinda
a
swinging.
stream of stabs.
and Link is inputting a sword attacks on every frame. That's why the game is slowing down right now, is because there's like every frame I'm doing a sword slash, and I'm able to like cut things and attack enemies without swinging my sword.
Like hence the infinite part of the infinite sword.
That is known as ISG, or infinite sword glitch.
It kind of reminds me of like a razor blade, like if you have a beard trimmer and the blade goes so fast
Right.
back and forth. And
Link has a
cuts.
beard trimmer in his hands right
Yeah,
now
the
that's just
sword.
existing in front of him.
Yeah.
So
Also has this weird property of not letting Link fall off ledges. Why is that? Well, because if you're swinging your sword, the game has this thing where if you're in the middle of a sword swing, it's not going to let you fall.
Which is very convenient of it to do that so that it doesn't mess you up probably in dungeons when you're attacking enemies. Unlike other games like Dark Souls where you could just swing into oblivion.
Imagine you can do that in Dark Souls. You could just stay on the ledge.
That would be
Oh
helpful.
my God.
That'd be helpful.
Alan, were you going to say something?
No.
Okay. So what if I want to pick up a chicken while I have ISG? What's going to happen?
Pick up a chick.
Come here.
That is a chicken on fire.
This is like one of the first things I learned how to do in this game way back in the day. I like to call this a flaming cuckoo glitch. So obviously Link is swinging his sword constantly, and I'm hitting this poor chicken a billion times. By now, you know that it would start attacking me, but only once I let go of it.
Yep.
PETA's gonna try to cancel us now.
Oops.
Whoa.
Let me reload and do that again. So water has a weird property in this game where if you're in the middle of a dialogue or some kind of cutscene, Link will not go from, standing to swimming for some reason. Don't know why. So if we kind of combine these two tricks together, right? So if we're going to interrupt our stab with this sign. There we go. Get ISG. Pick up the chicken or the cuckoo. There we go. Come here. The well right now has water in it, and you're not supposed to get into the well until much later in the game.
You just float. You just float on the surface.
Link can't dive that far down to get inside the well, and as adult Link, there's a barrier down there, so you can't get in it regardless. But you can get in the well just using ISG. That's all you need. You've seen the Navi dive, but now you've seen the cuckoo dive. So during a cutscene, Link is just intangible, can't be, acted on by water, and he just sinks right to the bottom. And conveniently, the water that's in the well is kind of like a cylinder that just affects this little spot where the well is. So I can actually walk into water,
Wow.
which is insanely bizarre.
And BOTW is
Bottom of the
bottom
well.
of the well, not to be confused with Breath of the Wild.
Not Breath of the Wild.
Is that an early Easter egg
This is a Breath of the Wild reference.
that they hid years and years ago?
Bottom of the well has a funny thing you can do here. Again, this is some of the earliest stuff I would mess around with. Power crouch stabbing. You know what power crouch stabbing is?
Yes.
You want to explain it?
No.
Okay. Link will do an attack with a sword, right? And the game will know how much damage that's supposed to do. Let's say this does 2 damage, right?
It's just, I do know enough. It is a stronger attack in your arsenal.
Yeah. More specifically, it's this fact that crouch stabs don't have their own set damage value. A vertical slash will do certain damage. A jump attack will do other damage. Deku Stick will do its own damage. Megaton Hammer, Master Sword, and so on. Everything has a numerical damage value associated with it. However, oh sure, I forgot to reload this area. Let me go back. The weird thing is power crouch stabs don't have a set value. They just do whatever damage your last attack did. That's really weird. So you saw that the Skulltula took 2 slashes to kill, right? 2 regular sword slashes. But what if we do a jump attack, which does double the amount of damage that that a regular slash can do? That's the whole point of a jump attack, is that it does more damage. So if we do a jump attack and then crouch stab this enemy, it will die instantly. So every time you see me crouch stab, I'm doing jump attack damage. So that's what makes it so powerful. If you see a speed run and somebody will just crouch stab the shit out of a boss or something, it's because it's way faster than doing this.
And does it save the value of the damage? When does it cancel that out?
Yeah, so power crouch stab will do whatever damage your last attack was. So if I do this and then I do another attack, it's gone.
Yeah.
So if I do a jump attack and then I just crouch stab everything, it'll do jump attack damage. Deku Sticks actually do Master Sword damage.
Yes.
They're the same. Why? I think it's because they want to give Child Link some way of doing extra damage, but have it not be broken. So you have a limited number of sticks.
They also obviously only figured Child Link was going to be in certain areas of the game. They might not have wanted to
he's weaker.
rescale all enemies. It'd be easier to program an item that can do Master Sword damage as a child.
There has to be some incentive for using a Deku Stick on enemies. Take a note here. There's a like a Skulltula there, and a chest behind this gate. Just food for thought there. Keep that in the back of your head a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to make a save state here.
Matthew Hopkins, Witchfinder, says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen."
Good afternoon. For some reason, that's not
Chat's
popping up in
not
chat.
on display.
It's fine.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for tuning in. So, see that locked door over there?
Yep.
I just got a key, and when I come out of the crawl space, you notice the camera takes a second to like catch up to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, when I can walk before the camera even starts moving. Not 100% sure why that is. It could just be like the game getting its bearings or for dramatic effect. I don't know.
Is it a loading zone?
Not really, because this room is still loaded in.
Yeah.
So it could just be for dramatic effect. And what if we open this door before the camera has time to catch up? All right? Watch what happens. And let me try it one more time.
I heard it open.
Okay, you heard the door open,
Yep.
but I didn't go anywhere. I even unlocked the door.
Yep.
What the fuck? What's going on? Trying to get a first person view. There we go. Whoa, so the room next door loaded, and here's the keys. They're trying to hit me, and they can't because
Yeah.
I'm behind the wall. That room is loaded, so what the hell just happened? Let's go back. Let's go back for a second. Some tricky things afoot. And I hear the keys. Wait, what? Look at the water. It's not splashing. Water's
really
gone.
weird.
And the
Enemies are gone. And the chest is gone. What the hell happened? The chest I got earlier is not here either.
Whoa.
The water's not making ripples. Is
Uh,
the water is gone. The water surface is just a texture, but the water is gone.
Properties aren't loaded in.
It's unloaded. This is called actor glitch. So actor glitch means that you're opening a door and loading a room, right? But you're not going into that room. You kind of stay behind. And when you get left behind, you notice the previous room, all of these objects disappeared. So the way it works in this engine, so this game and Majora's Mask use something called the Zelda 64 engine. Rooms are basically loaded and unloaded whenever the player, obviously goes in and out of rooms. And actors are basically any object in the room that Link can interact with. So NPCs, enemies, chests, whatever. Anything
Water.
Link can touch. Water is an actor because technically Link interacts with it.
Yep.
So this glitch can be used to, skip lowering the water level with Zelda's Lullaby, and you can get the Lens of Truth immediately, right when you get to Kakariko. No
Bad.
need to come back here later after Song of Storms and all that bullshit.
This removes all the bad actors.
Yes, no more actors here. And the only actors that are loaded are the ones in the room that they're supposed to be in.
Wow.
So you can fix this by just going into another room and coming back. So
Do you think that's a game optimization thing? They don't want too many other
Yes.
things loaded in when you're just focusing on one room specifically?
I don't know if you noticed when I came into
I've been hitting this whole time. Oh, he said it.
when I got into bottom of the well, it was pretty laggy
Yeah.
because this room is quite big. But removing that green bubble that flies around and removing all this other stuff, it does
Yeah.
make the game run smoother.
Now, what is that thing in the middle of the room?
Some blood.
It's a little
I
disturbing.
feel like Barry from Resident Evil is gonna come here. What is this?
That's called the St. Andrew's Cross.
So yeah, that's
Cross.
New York accent.
there's a little hole
on
here.
display.
All right, so that's actor glitch.
I hate
It's
this
fun.
room. It's creepy.
It's creepy, but you know what? These hands
redeads.
are just,
Ah.
they're not animated at all. They don't do anything. The only thing that deals damage is just the green acid
Aren't
here.
there usually redeads in here?
There
those-
are. They're hanging out. One's over there. One's hanging out over
Yeah.
there. Let's do Ocarina items. So let's give ourselves a bottle to play with. Bottles are the most powerful
Play spin the bottle.
item in this whole game.
You ever play Spin the Bottle?
No. No. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
That's not something we want to talk about at this moment. All right. Okay, that's fine. So I just gave myself a bottle with bugs, right? This is something you can totally have. Anju gives you the bottle in Kakariko Village, so you can come down here, and bottles are a very powerful tool. If you find yourself without an ocarina and you want to play a song,
Oh yeah, you could just whistle on the bottle.
you can just play a variety of items. So let me save state
In like
here.
bluegrass music, sometimes they'll play like a jug, like a whiskey
Yeah,
or something.
Link plays a water bottle.
Yeah.
Bottles are weird. Right now, Link has a full bottle in his hand. You can tell because it's blue. Normally, it's clear if it's empty. If you were to backflip and hit the bottle of bugs, he would just take out the bottle of bugs when he lands. But if you were to hit the bottle and then a different item, like my sword, I'll just start playing my sword as an ocarina. And it works. It's totally functional ocarina. Now, what if we use something else, like a boomerang? Play the boomerang.
It's an ocarina boomerang. Link has a full butthole. I said bottle.
Butthole. And now,
He's got a full bottle, he does.
No.
hold on.
Link's playing with a stick.
Link's playing with his stick.
Come on, I want it to light. We can give Link a blunt. Watch this. You can smoke a blunt in this game. Oh, come on, light. Come here. There we go.
Oh.
It's a pretty big blunt.
Let me be blunt with you.
There we go.
Oh my god.
So that's Ocarina of Items.
Very
And if you ever wanted more bottles, I mean, getting bottles in this game is kind of annoying. There's only 4, and a lot of them require lengthy side quests and stuff. So fuck the boomerang. We don't need the boomerang. Let's turn that into a bottle. It's so much easier than you think it is. If you swing at an object that Link can catch, like bugs, and Link has a bottle in his hand, he's about to swing at it, just replace the bottle with the boomerang in your inventory. Just switch them around.
Wow. Well, the bottle's back. All right. But it's in a weird spot.
It replaced my boomerang with an empty bottle with
Now,
bugs.
what if you want the boomerang back?
You don't get it back.
Oh no. Well, that might make things more difficult.
Yeah, and
Uh,
you can repeat this for every item. This method
The
of bottle
ocarina,
duping,
you
you can overwrite
No.
everything.
With
If I had a
bottles.
full inventory, I can write a bottle to every
I've got
single
an
spot.
inventory full of bottles.
Bottles. Yeah, you can put bottles everywhere if you want.
Full buttholes.
Yeah, fuck the ocarina. Let's just replace that too.
Butthole of time.
What you want?
Ocarina of bottles.
Buttholes.
Yep. Obviously, if you save your
Well-
game, you're kind of in a rough spot, so don't do that.
So this is a glitch. This is not a cheat.
This is a glitch. The
You're
likelihood of
cheating
somebody,
yourself out of completing the game.
the likelihood of somebody actually doing this by accident is pretty low. To be fair, you have to be in the middle of a swing before
Not
you switch
impossible.
it
You
out
could press that start butthole
and switch your
button.
items around. Yeah,
You can do that.
it can. You're right. It can be possible. So that's bottle duplication. Super fun.
Yikes.
Bottles for all. All right, moving on to better things.
Early opponent.
We need to put Epona in the bottle.
For my next trick. All right, Lon Lon Ranch. This is a fun area. When you're adult Link, you can't get Epona. You remember how to get Epona in this game?
Eponer.
Eponer.
You have to pwn the replay.
Whoa. Moon jump.
You guys remember how to get Epona? You gotta do the race.
Yes.
So as adult Link, Epona runs away from you. If you play the song, she'll come closer to you, but you still won't be able to use her outside of Lon Lon Ranch. So you gotta race Ingo,
Yep.
the farmer guy, and then he closes a gate and you use opponent to escape by jumping over one of these fences, right?
Yep.
And then after that, it sets a flag that you can play opponent song anywhere and get opponent instantly. Well, we're gonna get her early. I don't feel like racing Ingo, so first I'm gonna get ISG, good old infinite sword glitch. You can do that with a bomb. Oh, there, the chat's finally
yeah, chat's
coming in.
really delayed.
Really behind.
Like by about an hour. About
All
34
right.
minutes.
One thing about, remember I said that you can't fall off ledges while you're in ISG?
Mm-hmm.
If you notice what happens if I backflip with my shield out, I kind of get stuck in the air for a second.
Yeah.
But I'm so low to the ground that the game corrects my position and just pulls me back to the ground. So all we got to do is use 2 bombs. Okay, bad attempt. Let me save. One more time. Timing is a little strict here.
Yeah.
One more time. There we go.
So that you're doing what Samus Aran has been doing for many years now, right? Just
I'm bomb hovering.
bomb hovering.
So I'm off the ground right now. I'm just kind of stuck here. So I'm going to try to flip one more time. There we go.
Nice. Oh, the cutscene.
If you touch the loading zone, just touch that part of the fence, you're automatically put on an opponent and the cutscene plays as normal. Again, the game is just, a bunch of code. Like, if you're in a certain area, it just knows play cutscene. That's it. So if you touch the loading zone, it'll give you Epona. And the game will actually remember where you park Epona, and you'll just have Epona from now on.
Is
You
that,
don't
is
need
that an equestrian term where you park your
you
horse?
park your horse, yeah.
When did park? Where does that come from? Well, park
Car
a
park?
carriage.
Car park?
Well, carriage. I don't know. You must be able to park a horse. Remember where we parked our horse?
What tree we parked our horse at?
yeah.
Do you guys know that dirt trails are a part of the Ocarina of Time gameplay in some way?
Well, I imagine
what they
there's
do?
dust that kicks up if you're on Epona.
They actually do something in game though.
Does it make you go faster on them versus
No.
the? I don't know.
Close. You're getting close. As Child Link, if you stick to these dirt trails,
Oh, the skeletons.
the stall children will not attack you.
That's right.
They're safe.
Isn't there? You know where that comes from, of course, too, right?
What?
Zelda 2. If you're
Yes,
on the trails of
yes.
Zelda 2, you won't get attacked.
Walking on the roads
yeah,
keeps you safe.
Yeah.
So similar thing. As Adult Link, there's no stall
I
children.
had no idea because I would just book it across
Yeah.
Hyrule Field.
Yeah,
like
we
a
all
normal
would.
person.
So that's a
Wow.
little known mechanic.
What?
But what's weirder is this thing that's right in front of everyone, but no one notices. Why is there a fence blocking this dirt trail?
That's true. They want you to jump over it, probably.
Anyone ever notice that?
Not really.
Not
thought
really,
of it.
right? No
I
one
just
thinks about
imagine
this.
the road kind of
It's
curved here. If
it's there, but
see,
no one notices.
If there wasn't an intersection with the road, it would be more obviously weird.
Yeah.
That the fence goes through it, but
But look at this. Here's the opening in the fence.
well, that
They
I just
forgot
don't
to
have-
move it.
I just don't have any explanation for it.
They forgot to move it.
yeah, definitely.
So you can tell that at some point, they had an idea of where this gap in the fence should be, and they totally fucking forgot to move it. This random gap in the fence is over here. So if you... Oh, Waz here. What's up, man?
What up?
If you're following the dirt trail, you just have to take this detour, go all the way around, and then resume the trail again. Makes no sense. This is like one of those gaffes that you might think, how did they not see that? How did they not fix that or notice that? But nobody really notices that. It kind of goes, under anyone's eye.
That's really funny. By the way, Waz asking if you're going to do SRM or HES at some point.
We're not doing SRM. I haven't learned how to do that. It's very
Yeah.
complicated.
Yeah, that's a...
I could try to HES. I'll do it once. That was a bad attempt. One more
You want to
time.
explain what Hess is?
If I get it, I'll explain. One more time. Nah, can't get it. It's like a way of super sliding off a bomb, makes you go really fast, but it's Very hard for me to do. I'm not
Is
good
it
at
called
it.
hyper extended super slide? Is that-
Correct.
Yeah.
It's this, but you go backwards really fast.
Yeah.
I'm not really good at it, so I'll move on. But yeah, the fence thing is super weird. That bothers me like you have no idea. It bothers me so much. It's this thing that went under everyone's radar.
Only OCD people will notice this.
Trial skip.
TikTok voice.
All right, let's go to Ganon's castle.
Just still flabbergasted over the trails, like sticking to the trails.
Yeah.
Doesn't spawn.
It does.
stealth.
It actually does something.
That's
Who
so
would have
cool.
known?
Just like in Zelda 2. That has to be from.
It's a reference for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Too bad
And
it
I
doesn't
never knew that.
save the game, though.
You know, it'd be nice if a signpost told you. Maybe it does. In fairness,
I don't think there's a single hint in the game that
I
tells
never
you to do
read
that.
those damn
I'm pretty
signposts.
sure that's
Even the ones,
never.
like sprawled all over Hyrule Field.
Yeah. Well, and plus, like, are people real? Did kids really have trouble with like the infinitely spawning stealth folks?
No, I mean
Probably not.
they're so easy to get away from.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at Ganon's castle.
Yep.
We're gonna do trial skip. So there's 8 trials. You pretty much need every item in the game to complete all of these.
Trials of Mana.
If you try to get through, it actually launches you pretty far away. You can't damage boost through it or anything like that, but you can do a couple of fun things.
Barrier skip. Original.
This is the original barrier skip for all you Wind Waker nerds. I was there when that got skipped as well.
So was I. That wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago. Anyway, so go to Spirit Trial. Push this Armo statue till it goes on the carpet here. Then what you want to do is just jump slash in between it. There you go. Now remember I told you about how like actors work and in the engine that it's only like loading stuff in that
In
room.
that room, yeah. The actor.
We didn't open this door,
Yep.
so it's not going to load the main area, the main hall. And in this engine as well, this entire area, what's called a scene, the whole scene has collision loaded in and pretty much nothing else.
Yep.
That's all that's here. So even though it's completely black, there are floors and there are walls and ceilings. And if I turn on Collision Viewer, which is a neat tool to show you all the surfaces in the game,
Ah, there's
there's
the name.
Ganon's castle, and here's the floor. I was just in this area. So it's all here. The question is, can you navigate in the
I was gonna
dark?
say, yeah.
So what you want to do is hug the wall a little bit and use these barrier lights as a guide. And you can listen for carpet. I think I went past it. Oh, yeah, I heard carpet under Link's feet. What's so cool about this game,
Yeah.
Link's boots make different sounds depending on what he's walking on.
That's something they still do.
They still do
in
it.
Zelda games.
So you just walk straight on. This is where the barrier would be.
Yep.
And I go right in. Skip the whole thing.
Wa is aware of the jank fence gap.
Yes, it is very jank. Jank as hell. So that's one barrier skip. Or we can do the bomb hovering with ISG like we did before. I'll turn on Collision Viewer again.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Green represents a loading zone.
Oh.
The loading zone actually extends past the wall a little bit. And even though we can't really touch it like this, if we bomb hover,
Oh yeah.
we can reach it. Let me get ISG. So all we gotta do is the same thing. Oh, let me get that off. Whoops.
You just have to jump as the morph ball.
Whoops. You gotta do a little bit later. Damn.
We never got a game that serious for this console.
It's for the best.
I think so. You don't think it would work with all the Z targeting?
Damn. Let me try over here. I think I'm doing it too early still. Come on. For everyone who says glitches are way too easy,
Yeah, really.
trust me, they're not. Oh my lord. Okay. Damn it. Stumbling a little bit. I really don't know why it's not working. I got this so easily before.
I believe.
Believe. I don't know why
Believe
it's
in
not.
the heart of cards, Yuki.
I'm not really sure what I'm doing wrong. I feel like I'm getting high enough. Come on. I think I gotta spam A faster. I think I'm just dropping to the ground. This is worth it.
It's fortunate to have save states too.
I see that I'm like dropping to the floor. Deload the barrier. No, I'm trying to like bomb hover
Oh,
upwards.
he says, Boss says, or does it need QPA or did you lose ISG?
I think did I lose ISG? I don't think I did, because if that was it, then that was it.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Thanks.
But yeah, you just
Thanks, Wow.
thank you for that. So you can just hover and climb over the barrier, which is just like just a little bit taller than Link is. If you look at like the loading zone, it's extremely close to the wall.
Yeah.
All you got to do is just raise yourself like a couple of heads higher, and then you'll touch it and then get inside. That's the preferred barrier skip that most people do, because you just need a couple of bombs.
Yep.
So
That's awesome.
Trial skip, barrier skip. Deku Tree as adult.
Deku, these nuts.
I've always wanted a mode where you can replay the entire game as adult Link.
Yeah, you know what? Like as a kid, one thing that I always fantasize, like what if you can do like child dungeons as adult? Like how cool would that be? And right now, as adult Link, the Deku Tree has its mouth is closed, so you're not able to re-enter Deku Tree. You can re-enter Dodongo's Cavern because there's actually a gold spider in there that you can collect as adult Link. And Jabu, obviously, Jabu's gone as adult. So those are the two dungeons that you can't revisit as adult. But if we again abuse some mechanics here,
Those hover boots are so weird.
despite these houses being made of wood, you can't hook shot on them. They're not hook shotable, which is annoying. So you can use the hover boots to kind of climb up here. You're normally not supposed to be able to even get up here at all. And then we're gonna aim for that ledge there, right over there. And we're gonna do a damage boost. All right? Place a bomb right behind you. And watch what happens. When the bomb explodes, there's going to be a frame. There's going to be a frame where Link actually gets pushed off the ledge. So I'm advancing frame by frame right now with this tool. So I got hurt, and now I'm going to be blasted off.
Yep.
You heard the sound, Link jumping. So if you pause here, equip the hover boots. Hover boots removes your traction.
Yep.
So it ends up giving you insane speed. Almost. All good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Let me make a save state and do that again. You don't need to go frame by frame for this trick, but it helps. All right.
I didn't know
so-
it was possible to even get up there.
Yeah. One more. One more.
Whoa.
There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's called a damage boost or super jump, whatever you want to call it. Now, up here, there's not much ground to stand on, even though it looks like there's ground. That's actually not ground. That's not ground. So I turned on ISG so I won't fall off anywhere.
Yeah.
So all of these hills there that you see, there's no floor there, so I can't go that far. Here's a corridor where you meet the Deku Tree. And you can see that the Deku Tree is not loaded in. So all we got to do, jump in here, and boom, the Deku Tree is unloaded. But why is that? It's because this corridor is hiding a loading zone.
Yeah.
Once you touch the middle part of this corridor, it'll either load the forest or it'll load this Deku Tree area.
Yeah.
Since we skipped that part, the game never loads this area, and the actor for Deku Tree doesn't exist, so his mouth is open, and we can just walk right in. Just hold up where his mouth should be, and you'll fall right into it.
Yep.
Now we're going to do probably the most witchcraft glitch I have ever seen. It blows my mind. I actually learned it recently for this occasion.
QPA?
QPA stands for Quick Put Away.
Whoa.
A lot of weird shenanigans have been found recently, in the last few years, I should
I
say.
have not heard of QPA.
QPA is weird. So obviously we've got a web right there, right? You're supposed to jump from really high to jump through it and
Yep.
break it. But there's a lot of webs in this area that can be burned with fire arrows
Yep.
or dense fire, whatever. But this is the first dungeon. Obviously you wouldn't have those items here. What if you can do it a different way? So I'm going to have my sword out, right, in my hand. And after a second, you'll see the A button says put away. Now, if there's a lot of ways to initiate this glitch, but I'm going to do it with hover boots. I'm going to like walk off the ledge. And then right before the hover finishes, I'm going to hit A to put away my sword.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to interrupt it by hitting B, which is my sword. So I'm going to put away the sword and use the sword pretty much at the same time. And then it's also going to get interrupted by falling.
Yeah.
Some weird shit happens when you do this. So I'm going to do it frame by frame actually, because I have trouble with this. Whoops. So come off. All right, so I'm advancing. Gonna save state here. Right about this frame, you hit A to put away. Advance one, then hit B to slash your sword. No, one frame later. Hold
Is
on.
this RTA viable?
Yeah, people do it. You can use pause buffering to always
Right.
do these tricks.
RTA.
P-
Real-time attack. It's
Okay.
like doing it live rather
yeah,
than
he's
using
asking like, is it possible without these like frame by frame tools? Absolutely. I'm just doing this because I'm not that good. But you can. I've seen people just pull it out right away.
the pause menu in this game, as you just said, allows you to go frame by frame by pause buffering. Some games don't have any pause.
Right. All right. So this frame, hit A to put away, and then our next frame hit B. And what's weird is that Link put away his sword because his shield went to his back, but he still like swung something. He swung an invisible sword. What just happened there? Now remember, crouch stabs do the same value damage as your last attack.
Yep. Oh wow. Fire. Where did that come from?
Where indeed? It doesn't stop.
Oh yeah.
I can now burn webs with my sword.
All right. Enemies too?
Weirdly enough, I can't kill this Deku Baba with it. What the hell's
You're
going
just
on?
pruning its leaves a little bit.
What is that about?
So weird.
So, as far as I can explain it, and I don't know this glitch very well, but to paraphrase, what I did was I put the sword away, right? And I did a jump slash, but it was interrupted, and it completely fucked up the damage value of whatever sword swing I was supposed to use. And it added some crazy numbers to it. So I have a list here. Quick put away. So I have a list here. It's
Oh,
not
look
on
at that.
screen, but it has added the values for a Deku Nut, Deku Stick Slash, Fairy Slingshot, Boomerang, Master Sword Slash, Big Gorn Slash, Ice Arrow, Shadow Arrows.
Oh my god.
Shadow Arrows are a beta item value that's not even in the game. Din's Fire, Ice Magic, Unknown, don't even know what that damage value refers to. Kokiri Jumps, Sword Jump Attack, Big Gorn Jump Attack.
So every conceivable type of
The properties
damage.
of all of those things.
So
not
it's-
necessarily the damage,
Not
the
da- right,
properties.
So it's property. So with that, you can probably do any puzzle. Well,
Right.
conceivably by
There
slashing it.
are places that speedrunners will use QPA to light unlit torches without fire arrows.
Right. Very
And
cool.
again, there's many ways of pulling off this glitch, not necessarily the way I did it. There are easier ones, I'm sure. But yeah, you can. It's an easy way to get fire properties without needing a fire source of damage, like Din's Fire or anything like that.
So cool.
So that, to me, that's pure witchcraft. Just
Wild.
slashing your sword and burning webs with it
You've
is so fucked up.
you've imbued your sword with everything in the game.
Pretty much.
Just absorb it.
Pretty much.
Wow.
And let us check out Water Temple real quick. Just another fun thing for QPA.
So with QPA too, with bosses that have specific weaknesses, you can just hit them.
Not necessarily, because remember, it changes it messes with your damage value, but it doesn't really make your damage value higher. It
Right.
changes your properties of your damage.
Right, but if they're weak to something like
Oh,
Valvagia.
Volvagia needs like hammer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if hammer was part of that list. It might have been, but
I thought so.
I think it could work that way. I'm not 100% sure though. You can also do this.
Yeah, these bastards. I was gonna say.
Ice arrows are known to be worthless in this game because
Yes.
there's only a few
And you
enemies
get
that will
them
be affected
really
by
late
it.
game too.
It's a very late game item.
Yep.
You can actually freeze these. I don't know why,
Wow,
but
I had no idea.
if you use ice arrows on it, it will freeze. And now I can freeze them with my sword.
Who knew?
With my sword. I think that's the wildest shit. I can't even believe this is possible.
Well, I know in some games too, with light arrows are so powerful they just shred like every enemy.
Imagine you had light arrow damage on
Yeah.
like every swing.
Yeah.
Like that'd be great. Or being able to kill Ganon without light arrows. I don't know. That'd
Yeah.
be a cool thing. That's QPA.
So cool.
Absolutely fucking bonkers.
Adult Keck.
Import Adult Kakariko out of bound spots. All right, so whoops, wrong one. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm just supposed to warp from here. Let me go to Kakariko. Get some quick things out of the way. All right, back in Kakariko
So you
Village.
showed us that acute angle that you can get out.
Right.
of bounds earlier.
There's more spots like that, but just real fast. Don't use your hook shot to get on this roof like a pussy. Just jump over here. You can just do that.
Damn.
No need to do that. No need to go doing all that stuff. Just jump like a man. There's this spot. You can see how easy that is. Like anyone can do that. You just jump slash at it. So now I'm inside the house. Not super useful. Oh, if you go here and you get your hook shot and do this, right? You get up against the watchtower. You do this. You can go inside the watchtower.
Oh God, get me out of here. That's
Yeah.
the little known Kakariko prison.
Yeah, this is a prison cell. You can just walk out of it.
Oh.
You could do that. That's fun. There's another out of bounds spot over here, but it's kind of worthless. By the graveyard.
I know the graveyard is weird with out of bounds stuff.
Oh, we're getting there. You can appreciate the skybox. There's clouds above and below.
Nice, of course. The world is a sphere.
The world
Time
is a
is
sphere.
a flat circle.
Time is a flat circle. This is True Detective Season 5.
Oh God.
Okay, so this hole at the top where Anju keeps the chickens, inside there's a heart piece. That's actually Impa's house.
Anjulo.
Angelo. How do you get there? Well, you can get it as Adult Link by using the hook shot and getting up on the roofs. You can get it as child if you have the owl drop you off from Death Mountain. If you go to the top
Yeah.
of Death Mountain, he'll drop you off there. You get the heart piece. But you can just get it as adult Link by doing this.
Okay. Okay. Who knew? I
Who
knew it
knew
was
that?
with a cow too. I know it's. This is Impa's house. Why does she have a cow indoors? And how'd she get the cow through
It
the front
doesn't
door?
doesn't seem like a space where a cow would thrive. But anyways,
Wait, how would she get it up there?
why is it on the second
Why
floor?
is it on the, okay, yeah, so many questions. Why is
So
it
many
on the
questions.
second floor? Why is there only a normal sized door that big ass cow could never fit through?
Well, this is supposed to be some kind of hole in the wall, I guess, because it's misshapen.
But then, what, they've loaded in a ramp? Like,
Well, the front this is like a gate that's closed. I'm trying to rationalize this.
There's
This
no-
you should be able to open this from the front, but there's a hole in the back. Maybe the cow fucking ran through and broke the wall.
Puts its head in the back.
Anyways,
So confusing.
they forgot to make this ledge non-grabbable. So Link is tall enough that he can you just hold forward, by the way, if
Yeah.
you're wondering how to do that. Just hold forward and Link will automatically grab the ledge and go through this like thatched roof. So bizarre.
Wa says, oh man, weird shot in graveyard.
Weird shot? I'm not gonna do weird shot. But I'm gonna do other cool stuff. Super slide, real fast. Take a bomb or source of damage.
Super slide.
Not that. And roll into it. Too early. Too early again. Too late. I think it's easier with 2 bombs. Oh shit. As I fail it over and over again. There we go.
Whoa, there we go.
That's a super slide. It works by having a source of damage, could be an enemy, and a grabbable object. So since a bomb satisfies both things, we can just use a single bomb to initiate it. Once you take out the bomb, you're going to hold target and shield and roll into the bomb when it's about to explode. And while Link is rolling into it, you're going to spam A to grab the bomb. So if you grab an object and damage hits your shield and pushes you away, it causes the super slide. Do it one more time. It's not the best setup for it.
I got all my dance moves from.
There we go.
Shield stance.
So this is a pretty fast form of movement. So anyways, let's combine that with something really fun. So what if we go up here? Don't mind the levitation. We got a silver boulder, right? And this thing is just for decoration. If you grab it, Link is immobile. You need the gold gauntlets to like carry this thing.
Which is late game too, right?
Late game,
Yeah.
and you can throw them around. It's only used in a couple of spots late game. But what if we forgot to make a save state? What if we combine the super slide with hover boots and the rock? Doesn't make any sense at first, but theoretically, if we start a super slide on this rock,
Well, hover boots are so slippery and fast. Curious to see what will happen. Interesting.
basically Link will just pick up the rock regardless of its position once the super slide ends. So if we just wait, there's a gap over here. Let's do it on this side. Let's see what happens. Whoops, too late. Gotta do it carefully. Alright. We're gonna quick hover boots, so we're gonna go off the ledge.
Yeah.
And we're gonna let go of everything so he picks it up as fast as he can. Rock armor.
Nice. Wow. Link, you look different.
Now, what happens
Yeah.
if you take damage with that thing on?
So the game still considers Link to be holding the boulder, because A says throw right now. So if I hit A, he's going to throw the boulder like normal. And the reason it's like inside Link's model is because I interrupted his animation where he's like grabbing it. So this is just a way for you to like hold the boulder and walk around at the same time.
He's become a thwomp.
And throw it inside
Perfect
there.
size for the well.
Right, it fits right in there.
Plug it up.
But let's go somewhere really high up. Let's just see what happens. All right, this is awesome. We're gonna throw the boulder all the way down. Yeah,
Boulder's toss.
awesome. Just throw it on some
Basketball.
re-dead down there.
Yeah.
So that's
awesome.
rock armor. No, it doesn't actually protect you from anything. It's just messing with the carrying objects that you're not supposed to be able to move while you're carrying.
Waz says Link became the mini moon. He does look like a moon. I thought that too.
Okay, keep the sword during Ganon. This is fun. Let's go to warp, places, bosses, Ganon. Again. They built the house around the cow. I think that's what they did. The house has never left in its life. All right, so skipping ahead to the final part of the game. Ganon knocks your sword away at the very beginning of this fight.
Yes.
And you're supposed to use like Megaton Hammer and light arrows and stuff to deal damage. But what if you could just keep the sword? What if you don't feel like leaving it? What if indeed? So, if I touch pretty much in that corner on the left of that dirt patch, the fight will start, right? So, what if we super slide into it? What will happen? Whoops. Harder than it looks.
That's what she said. Link covering his face with the sword.
All you
Or
gotta
a
do,
shield.
you have to hold R throughout this whole cutscene. You see I'm holding R there.
Yep.
He's just not phased at all by what he's seeing. Ganondorf is alive. He survived the whole tower falling on him. Unfazed. Just holding that shield.
Link just can't bear to see what's going on.
Very scary. Now, can he knock away my sword, or is a Hylian shield too powerful? It actually makes contact with my
Yeah.
shield.
Yeah,
It
you
makes
hear
the
the
sound
clink,
effect.
the
It
clink.
clinks my shield. But Link is stone cold. He's just not moving.
Link or Clink?
He knocked my sword away in the cutscene, but I still have it. Oh, he's gonna take a swing at me. Oh god. Oh. Oh, he hit me, but I didn't die. I'm just like unkillable right now.
He's really trying too.
All right, let's kick this guy's ass.
Does the same thing apply? You have to have the last shot be from the Master Sword.
No, you can use any source of damage. This is so much faster to use the Master Sword because if you do like power crouch stabbing with the jump attack,
Yeah.
he goes down in like 2-3 hits. So this is the fastest way to do the first phase of this fight. Just keep the Master Sword.
Yeah.
It's scripted though, so you have to run back here and pick up the Master Sword
Well, that's
to
what
continue.
I mean. The final
Yeah.
phase of the fight. Yeah.
You do have to actually physically pick this up though.
Yeah.
Even though you can see it's in my inventory. I have it in my hand. We have two Master Swords coexisting at the same time.
Yes.
Here they are. The one true blade that can smite evil, except there's actually two of them. You just walk into it and pick up another one. It doesn't break anything though. Still have it equipped. And now the fight can continue. So that's how to keep your sword. Using a super slide. Shadow early. Scene. No, warps. Dungeons. No. The graveyard. All right, going back to the graveyard. We're going to bonk on that wall first. All right. Remember I said before, you can only get into Shadow Temple if you know the warp song. That brings you all the way down there past the Royal Tomb. It's a bit high. You can't really grab onto it. Oh, did I forget to show this off? I'll do it at a later time. Anyways. Okay, so very easy. All you need is the hook shot. Very easy glitch. Take the hook shot out and make sure it's in Link's hand. Then you're going to get over here and you're going to bonk into a wall and spam the hook shot button while he's bonking it. Try it one more time. Oh, that didn't quite work. Darn. Got it once. There we go. Oh, I let go. You gotta hold Z for that. Forgot. There we go.
Yep.
So you're holding Z while you bonk into the wall and you're spamming the hook shot. When he gets up, the camera's in this weird position, and every couple of seconds he's like aiming with the hook shot, and then he goes back. I'm not even pressing anything. So all we got to do now is do a little timing game and hit the hook shot while that target is on screen. So I'm going to time it. Oh, missed it. Ah, didn't go anywhere. Try it again. Darn. Damn. All right, here we go. Oh, almost. Whoa!
What?
That's called a hook shot jump. Pardon me, I'm really bad at it, but you get into this glitchy kind of state where after you bonk and you try to take the hook shot out, when you actually hook shot an object that can be latched onto, it launches you super far up into the air. And there's different types of hook shot jumps that can be done in different circumstances. But we're going to get ISG to be safe here because I don't want to fall off. These are very slippery ledges here. We're going to walk to the Shadow Temple. Walking on down. Making my way downtown. All right.
You can see the lower areas loaded in.
Yeah. So the torches and the door to the Shadow Temple, because they're actors, are not loaded in until you pass halfway down the stairs. This is to save memory, of course. So if we just kind of side hop over that loading trigger, we can skip it, and this area never gets loaded. What's really cool is that if you go here, you can see these little columns, and those are the holes that you fall down when you go inside the graves. So the one on the far right is Dampe's grave. This one in the front is the royal family tomb. Then to the left of that is a grave that has a Hylian shield, and the one on the left of that has a piece of heart.
So cool.
So you can see what they look like. Those are the holes that you fall into. This area is not loaded really much at all. Even this pedestal is not textured in the back. They even saved every last bit of memory they could, and they just didn't bother because the player's never going to see that.
Yeah.
If I do a save state and walk, you can actually see the exact moment that it spawns in. See?
Oh, there it was, yep.
So now that the door is not here, we can just walk in.
By the way, Waz says, loving the vibe of the walkthrough so far, guys. All the classic tricks.
Cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Any thoughts?
It's just so wild. There's so
You've
many
seen a
things.
lot of this stuff before?
No, a lot of it I actually haven't, because I
Cool.
usually will watch like the speed runs of Zelda, like various, no
Yeah.
ISG or no SRM rather.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
then like it doesn't do all these sort of like things that
Funny stuff. Yeah.
funny stuff that doesn't actually save time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at one point, some of this I think was useful, but
Yeah.
hookshot jump I still think is used for some stuff. But anyways, here's the truth spinner. The puzzle here is you have to push the statue so that it faces one of these skulls.
Yes.
Only one of them is real. The lens of truth will tell you which one is real or not. But fuck that shit. I'm not gonna. Who has time for the lens of truth? Seriously. All you need is the hover boots. Push it towards one, and if it's the wrong one, just don't die.
Yep.
No
Easy.
lens needed. Could easily solve this puzzle without it. Ah, there we go. All right,
hate
I
the
wanna
hover boots,
I
by
wanna
the way.
skip most of
Hate
Shadow
them.
Temple because I don't like this area. Hover boots are goated.
They are goaded for movement.
Creepy fucking place. All right, so there's this spot here. This is supposed to be a shortcut. So after you do a portion of the dungeon, you'll come from below here,
Yes.
where this boat is, the phantom boat, and you'll move this block, and then you have an easy shortcut back to the beginning of the stage. I don't feel like doing all of that. That's stupid. So I'm gonna go here. 3 side hops to the left. Slash your sword and hold the shield immediately. Do that again. And then one more time with no shield. And then double jump slash.
Wow.
You clip right through the fence.
So cool.
Walls are a little more than a suggestion in this game.
Totally.
Again, jump slash is being like super intangible, weird things that like the game has a lot of trouble calculating Link's position. So here now you have to move the block to get to the ladder, to get to the boat. If you're a noob or casual, but if you're a pro, you just do this. You just jump
Sick.
on the wheel. We don't move shit. Then you play the song, Zelda's Lullaby, and you go on the little boat ride.
Yeah.
Let's skip the boat ride and go a little further, shall we? All right, so we're at end of the boat ride. We have this giant chasm here. It's a bit far to travel.
Now they're giving you arrows. The game is giving you.
The game is giving you arrows. I wonder what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to shoot the
All
bomb
those
flowers so that the statue blows up, falls down, and spans the gap.
A little cryptic. It doesn't. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but if
It
you're
doesn't
a kid,
spell
you
it
know.
out.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you can activate bomb flowers with damage, so you can
Yeah.
shoot arrows at it.
In later Zeldas, the camera would do a big slow pan and zoom
Yeah,
in.
it would make it super obvious.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's how you're supposed to do the puzzle. We're not doing things the way they're supposed to be done. That's the theme for today. What if you didn't have a bow? What if you came here straight after becoming adult? Remember, you only need Shadow and Spirit medallions to beat the game. So this was part of the speed run back then, where you just did Shadow and Spirit, and then that's it. Bow is not required. So stand here, do one of that, and have a bomb chew. And watch him go. Look at that little guy go.
Is this
all the
bomb
way.
chew bowling?
Boom. Shockingly precise. Not that easy to just like wing
we
it.
know from playing bomb chew bowling
Yeah.
over and over. It's
If you were to
precise.
just like attempt that, like blind, like let's see, like I'm just trying to like
Oh my god.
find an angle that would work. and
Plus
I
it goes diagonally. It's so.
it acts
weird.
so weird on a wall. Like
Watch you get it.
it's close, but it's not gonna get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's so close.
This is too high, I
Plus
think.
bomb chews are so like finite. Also,
Yeah, they're very finite. You're always like scared of like running out.
this is ultimate bomb chew bowling.
This might work.
Too high. Maybe?
Oh, I got it too.
Nice. All right.
But yeah, you can eyeball it or you just do the setup, but it is
Yeah.
possible. That's Shadow Statue with Bombchu. These splits are suggestions. Don't worry about it. Skip all of Forest Temple.
Thank God.
Anyone like Forest Temple?
No, I was just going to say I hate it.
You like it, right? Yeah, I think
That's
the ambiance is really
insane.
fun.
Ugh. It's annoying.
Worse than like the Shadow Temple.
You don't have a lot of
Worse than-
items when you
Yeah.
go through forest.
I could see that.
I don't like that twisty hallway. I don't like the wall grabbers
It's
or wall
creepy.
masters. I hate those fucking
Yeah,
things. They
it's
grab you
creepy.
and toss you out.
Well, you're in luck. There's an easy way to skip the whole fucking thing. In the main area, this is like one of the first rooms, right?
Yeah.
You have to find 4 posts and
Yes.
kill them so that the elevator opens.
And then they appear here. You have to shoot them again.
there, the last Poe will appear here.
Yeah.
So you gotta do the whole dungeon to find all 4 of these damn things.
Yeah.
These stairs lead to a Stalfos room. We can skip everything by going out of bounds here. There's a ledge that's very glitchy. What you do is point your hook shot right about here. And when you backflip, you have a set distance of how far you go. But you can interrupt that by taking out your hook shot in the middle of the backflip. So if I do something like that, hold on. Oh, I might not supposed to have it equipped. Hold on. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to have it equipped. Hang on. What the hell? You do that. Okay, yeah. All right.
Whoa.
So if you interrupt your backflip, you just take out your hook shot and try to shoot it while you're midair. It kind of stops you short. And Link is in a weird spot now.
Yeah, like the
If
corner behind the.
I'm behind that gate because the gate is oddly placed on this platform. I don't think it's lined up perfectly, flush with it. So if I turn the stick, I like clip through it and actually climb inside the floor. But what if you just hit A to drop? I'm out of bounds now. So I'm underneath the stairs.
Yeah.
And now we're going to do something utterly bizarre. See this black void in front of me? Just going to hold forward. And I'm at Phantom Ganon.
Whoa.
I love this fight.
I skipped the whole thing, practically.
Nice.
Now, let's take a closer look why that happened. It's not witchcraft, you know, it's
It's bitchcraft.
bitchcraft. That's right. All right, so we turn collision viewer on.
It's a light show. Ah, look it down there. I
If
saw
you look
it.
down here, the whole scene it has collision loaded, and loading transitions are also loaded in, like loading areas. So that's if you get behind that brings you right to Phantom Ganon. You're looking at the room right before the boss key door. So what I did was I jumped so far that I hit that green space behind the wall.
Yeah.
So I touched it out of bounds.
In the room in the basement or whatever that is, it has the rotating.
That's where that elevator takes you once you
Yeah.
do all the 4 poses. So
Yeah,
if I do
yeah.
jump like that,
You just right into it. Yeah.
right into it. That's as simple as that.
Sick.
So let's try to skip all of Forest Temple. There's one more thing I want to show here. There's a Song of Time block that's here. And without Song of Time, it's like annoying to... In order to get Song of Time, you got to do all 3 child dungeons. You got to watch the cutscenes, so we don't want to deal with that. There's an acute angle here. Get out of bounds. A not so cute angle.
That was very cute.
And we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to kind of... Whoa. I fell really far down. And I'm kind of blind. But there's something to climb up? Okay, so I guess we'll climb this back up. Don't know where I'm going.
Is this outside where you fall down really deep?
Yeah, something like that, I guess. Where's that? Okay, the Song of Time block is over there. Let's make our way there. Oh, there's a wall here. Okay, well. All right, we made it. So let's. I can't go through, so let me open the door. I'm inside the block now.
Nice.
Okay, well, let me open the door manually now.
And so
Oh,
I
okay,
assume
there
it
we
will
go.
load. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So you were in that.
I was in
that
this room, but it
basementy
was
area.
completely unloaded.
Yeah.
What I did was I jumped and I exited out of that part of the wall
Yeah.
and I fell in
Down.
this
That's
well.
what I thought. Yeah. There's
Right,
this
you
area
remember-
crosses over.
You remember the vines.
Yep, yep.
So the vines are still there. So there's no water. So I fell all the way down. So I climbed the vines, climbed up there, and then jumped toward the door. This is the thing I climbed on right before I got to the door.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, as long as you know where you're going, you know the layout of the room, you can just run around blind
Yep.
while the room is unloaded. So that's that. Now some of my favorite glitches in this game. Equip swap. Alright, so it has always been a dream to be able to use adult items as child and child items as adult.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. When you change form, there are items that are grayed out, you can't use them anymore. But what if you could? Well, years ago they finally figured out a way to do it. The way it works is you need. All right, so let me show you the inventory screen, right? So if I'm on the map screen, right, and I hit left, and I'm back on the equipment screen, if I tap left again, it snaps to the top left corner of the first column.
Yep.
So it goes straight to Din's Fire. Din's Fire, I can equip. That's good.
Yep.
But what if I put my cursor on something like the slingshot, right? Put it on the slingshot and then hit R to go back to the map screen.
I would imagine if you were fast enough.
Right.
I know how this
There
works.
is a brief moment I think it's frame perfect, right before you come back here. If you hold up and left to go to Din's Fire and you hit a equipable button like C left, the game will think that this is equipable because the first item that you select is. It gets really confused and it lets you equip the fairy slingshot. So let me try it now. Again, so I need to select an item that I want, a grayed out item that I want, hit R to go back to the map, and then go back to the equipment screen, hold up left, and then a button. Maybe take me a couple of tries. Almost.
There it is.
There we go.
Sick.
And look, the game thinks I have Din's Fire equipped because it's like highlighted here.
Yeah.
It's in a white box.
That is not Din's Fire.
So how does a slingshot work as adult? Well, he pulls out a bow.
But what does he shoot?
He shoots seeds.
All right.
And it uses arrow ammo for it.
So they're obviously sharing some sort of value.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
common.
Because in the equipment screen, your bullet bag gets replaced by the quiver, and
Yeah.
it swaps back and forth when you go forward and back in time. For some reason, it uses your arrow count
Now,
here.
would you say your seed bag is quivering?
These are seeds that you never imagined you'd see.
Seed bag.
Unfortunately, child items are not that useful. I mean, if you do magic beans, there are no soil patches for you to use, so it's kind of worthless.
I've soiled myself this entire time.
Gross.
It's nasty.
So I have magic beans as adults. Weird. If I were to take out Deku sticks as adult on the N64, it would crash the game. Hard crash. It would start beeping. Everything would freeze, and I would have to turn the console off.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing that. You can take my word for it.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
That I want to see.
On other versions like Wii Virtual Console and emulator, you can use a stick as adult.
Oh, wow.
There's something different about it that lets you do that.
Weird.
Arguably, the most useful child item is a boomerang.
Nice.
The boomerang is invisible in Link's hand, but you can throw it,
Yeah.
and it is a fully functional boomerang. Come here, heart piece. I missed.
Now I see why you're at Zora's River.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
Boom.
convenient.
Very convenient sometimes. You want to... if you, hook shot obviously is way better than the boomerang.
Yeah.
But boomerang is still fun. Hook shot cannot grab heart pieces like that, so that's pretty cool. But using adult items as child is way cooler, so let's do that. All right, so we're here in Goron City. We're gonna test some things out. What about a hook shot? Let's try that first. I'm gonna save state because as soon as you use it, I get soft locked.
Oh boy.
I can't do anything. I'm stuck. Completely stuck.
Yeah.
There's some kind of value that's supposed to be available as child that lets you use hookshot. With ROM hacking, you can restore it and use it as child, but it doesn't work on a vanilla copy of the game. So boo to hookshot, too bad. What about the bow and arrow? Or how about light arrows? Fuck it.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Okay.
All right.
All right, looks like it's gonna work. Unfortunately, nah.
Shitty seed.
And it's still using using your seed count now.
You only have so much seed to go around.
I'm using all the seed I got.
You're just gonna be shooting blanks soon.
I have 22 seeds left. The only real useful one here is Megaton Hammer, because the Megaton Hammer can break blocks really easily. It's the only thing that can break the red blocks. Let's see what that looks like.
Mega Man hammer.
All right, got a hammer.
It's invisible in his hand too.
So again, the item's invisible, but
Sick.
I can do that, and I can combine it with crouch stabs and maybe a little ISG.
Whoa.
Let's go in the boulder room.
Oh boy.
All right, let's fuck shit up.
Like a knife through butter.
Get out of my way, fucking boulders.
Particles.
The game's lagging a little bit. It can't keep up with my power.
Damn.
Destruction.
Shredding.
That's fun. Hammer as child. Very,
Gossip
very,
Stone is like, stop killing me, please.
Hammer as child is very, very fun. So that's a quip swap. Very easy glitch. Hyrule Castle.
This one I know pretty well.
Yes, I love showing this off.
It's an iconic.
Where
early
is
game.
Hyrule Castle? Is that considered a town? No.
A dungeon.
I think it's part of the overworld. Yes. From Fairy Fountain. Whoops, I'm Adult Link. That's not correct.
Want it to be that nighttime singing.
Well, I mean, you should never be here as Adult Link. That's not possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a kind of seam in this wall here. It's very, very strangely shaped, almost like you can walk on it.
Yeah.
So if you walk into the corner, he kind of can, and if you line up the camera and you just hold the stick up, he just walks up this wall. It's really not possible in more places in the game. You would think that it is, but there's a special angle here that the wall is doing where the game is trying to calculate if you're standing on a wall or a floor, and because it's so narrow, it thinks like this narrow strip is a floor, so you can walk up floors.
It's like the
no
path
problem.
Mario 64 forged for. Is it a wall? Is it a ceiling?
Is it a wall or a
is it
ceiling?
a floor? What is it?
The most difficult math is around. Is it a floor or a ceiling?
Yes.
Thankfully, there's no invisible walls in this game.
Thank God
Can
they
you
got that
imagine?
right. Ugh.
Can you imagine?
The
Look at the skybox, by the way. The sun is setting below the ground.
Cool. Flat circle.
So getting up here gives you a unique perspective on level design. You can see that nothing is
The
loaded.
carpenters didn't finish quite.
They didn't finish building the castle.
Yeah.
Death Mountain is literally a cardboard cutout of a mountain pasted in the background, and the castle is not fully developed
complete.
yet. So, yeah. When you get caught by the guards, you get thrown out and spawn right here outside of this door. You might think this is a real door that you can, like, go through, but it is not.
Yeah.
If you were to go out of bounds and go behind the door, nothing happens.
Nothing is
That is
there.
not a real
There's
door.
no Mew underneath the truck.
There's no Mew. You can forget about it. Right, so Talon's sleeping here. In order to get to Princess Zelda, you got to move the milk crates and jump over there into that crawl space. But if you have bomb chews from, like, bottom of the well, maybe, you can get up there early by doing a damage boost jump slash. Sounds complicated, but you take out a chew, you jump toward the moat, right? And then in midair, you hit shield to let go of it and immediately hit B to jump slash. It's not enough that the bomb blast blasts you over. You have to get extra height with the jump slash. So I'll show you what that looks like.
Wow.
So slowing it down, this is what it looks like. So we're jumping, a little bit more height. All right, on this frame, you hold R to release. 1 frame later, you see that he dropped the chew. Doesn't blow up instantly. There's a frame where it like goes at your feet. But once the game knows that the bomb chew is in midair, it's going to blow up instantly. So now you just hold B to jump slash. And that little bit extra height makes it possible to get up here. Very cool trick.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can get up here without talking to Malin and doing all that stuff.
Yep.
All you need is a bomb chew.
Cool.
Seam walk, skip Talon, super swim. What do you think so far? Is this boring?
No, this is awesome.
You get tired?
There's so many glitches I've never seen before.
There's loads more.
So many I haven't seen.
Seen before. All right.
That one I have seen.
Super swimming. It's not quite the way it is in Wind Waker, but
Right.
there's a weird thing was when you're in the water, you can take your shield out. And if an enemy touches you or a damage source touches you, you get knocked really far away, and I think that's because like lack of friction.
Right.
Like you don't have solid ground under you, so it pushes you really far. So if we just like place a damage source ourselves and shield it,
Whoa. Jet ski.
and you just spam the Z button, you can cross the lake in like 2 seconds.
Look at the cursor in the lower
Look
right.
at the mini map. I'm
Yeah.
flying across the lake.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's super swimming. Onward. Can't believe it's been an hour and a half already. All right, another childhood dream of mine. Fishing. This guy gives you a fishing rod, tells you can fish here. And that's great and all, but look how small the pond is.
And you can only use the fishing rod here. gotta
You
give
try to
that back.
leave, and he won't let you. You got to give the rod back. But come on, there's a huge lake on the other side of that door. I thought, oh my god, imagine if you can like fish in the lake. There's like bigger fish there, or like something cool would be there.
The king of the river is there. By the way,
Yeah.
watch that Super Swim Michael Phelps mode.
Yeah, giving him a run for his money. But yeah, he just doesn't let you swim in the obvious place you would want to. He doesn't let you fish in Lake Hylia, which seems like an obvious thing. Of
It
course, you'd
does.
want to like fish there. So we're gonna steal this fucking rod. A couple of ways you can do this, but notice how weird swimming kind of works here. Notice how I'm like basically up to my neck in water,
Right, because
and I'm still standing.
they know that there's fish in the deeper parts. They don't want you to become swimming like
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you
So
can fish.
it's obviously to give you a little bit more control over when you look. My mouth is under the water,
Yeah.
and I don't start swimming until my eyes are basically under the water.
Now does it Lake Hylia has like edges, so you're basically dropping into deep water everywhere, right? Whereas here, maybe the water's the same property,
Yeah.
but the slope is shallow. So that you can walk
Exactly. It's
into it.
pretty shallow, so you
Yeah.
can do that. Similarly, if you were to swim really close to a shore and you try to dive, he like doesn't go anywhere, and when he surfaces, he starts standing again. So let's use that to our advantage. Get close to the shore to a point where if I were to dive, he would start standing again.
Yeah.
So hit dive and spam the fish button. Need get a little bit closer. Hold on. Not quite. Not quite. Let me get over here. Gotta get a little closer, looks like.
Link is bottoming out.
Whoops.
I can see why the properties from swim to walk are weird, especially here.
Damn it. There we go.
Whoa. Okay.
It's not that easy to do, but there's like maybe a frame or two where where Link is considered standing, can throw the line, but then he pops up again,
Yep.
giving you control of Link.
Now the
So
line is cast. and
The line is cast, but I'm able to move around. The camera's really weird. How do I change the camera? Whoa, I'm in first person view.
Whoa.
That's what Link looks like when you're in first person camera.
Yeah. His model actually moves. So cool.
All right, so bye, I guess.
Just tangled fucking fishing line everywhere.
I like close the door on the line.
Oh god.
I have the fishing rod outside
Get
of the
that
game.
Tektite.
All right, let's fish some Tektite. Ready? Nothing happens. So I'm actually soft locked again. I can't move.
Oh, even
It's
worse.
very disappointing, right? You can't actually use a fishing rod anywhere.
Of course not. Especially not in the Ganon fight. I guess.
They should recode this game so that you can. That'd be sick.
Well, they did have the thought to bring a fishing line to the final boss in one of the games.
Yes,
And
that's true.
It's a
Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess. If you bring the fishing
It's an
rod,
equipable item. You can use it anywhere.
Ganon is programmed to get distracted by it, and he follows the end of it around with his head, and
That's
it
true.
kind of delays the fight. He won't attack.
If we jump in the water and hit start, hit unpause, my B button is blank.
Yeah.
I can't use my sword. What the hell happened? I have the Master Sword, but
It ain't out.
it's gone. And all my other buttons are like grayed out too.
It's because in the fishing hole, or fishing pond rather, you can't use any other items
Yes.
other than the fishing rod.
But I can use my C items here. Let me call Epona. Let's see if she can fix this for me.
Help, Epona.
You're our only hope. Yeah, these are some classic tricks, man. This stuff takes me back. Yes, usually it's for a scarecrow. You can call a scarecrow where Navi is like pointing you to.
Yeah.
There's always some secret there.
I think there's a scarecrow outside of the fishing pond.
Exactly, because when you get here as Adult Link, the water is lowered until you beat Water Temple.
Yeah.
So if you want to fish earlier than that, you have to use the Scarecrow song. But weird, my bow isn't showing up on my B button either. Shit. What if I try playing a song? Oh,
I like that.
wait, Epona, come back. Wait.
Get
Oh.
back here.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay,
That was.
let's do that again. Okay, not this again. Come on, come back here. Don't stop running.
You're on her though, aren't you?
I am technically on her.
because she's running in your movement pattern.
Yes, so you might notice that whatever direction I'm moving, Epona is moving because I'm technically still mounted on Epona. If I hit A at any time, I'll remount Epona anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's remote control Epona.
Law says, I heard it was supposed to be places you can unlock stuff by playing Song of Storms.
Yeah, well, it depends on the context. So in some places, it's like a fairy. Some other, what is happening here? I'm holding a blade of grass. I'm holding grass.
You're the ultimate
on
mountain
Epona.
warrior.
What am I doing? Oh, I dropped it. Okay. Weirder still. Let's try to use other items. Give me save state. Oh, I have a bomb.
Sweet. Bomb.
I can't let go of it though.
Bomb pony. Well, she's a horse, not a pony. Wait, why is her name Epona if she's a horse and not a pony?
I
A
can
pony
use-
what is a pony? Is it like a little?
Pony's a young horse.
Is it like a
No, pony's
horse
not
with dwarfism?
Yeah.
It's not a young horse. No, I'm being silly. I do know what it is.
Okay.
It's a different species.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
thought it was
no,
supposed to
it's
be just
not.
like a little
It's
horse.
not a young horse. It's actually like a short-legged horse, if that makes sense.
It's like a corgi.
right.
It's something different.
It's bred to be cute. It's not bred for actually like any utility whatsoever.
But why is its name Epona if it's a horse?
Dude, I don't know.
I need you to answer this.
Using hookshot while on Epona does this.
Infinite. Whoa.
Like Spider-Man.
Where am I going?
Spider Link.
Woo! The longest hookshot you've ever seen in your life.
What the fuck?
You thought you had the long shot?
I have
This is
never
the
seen
real
this.
long shot.
Across Lake Hylia.
Does it ever stop?
Oh, look at the texture isn't extending, or the texture's not
It's stretched.
duplicating. It's stretched. Whoa.
That's weird.
I have never seen this.
How far can you go?
Keep
If
going.
I touch ground, I get soft locked.
That's true.
So,
Maybe you just teleport to Ganon's castle that way. Pretty funny.
so that's healing
Holy
fishing rod,
shit.
remote control Epona.
It's like something out of Terminal Montage.
All right. Well, that was fun. So let's do something else with Epona, something better. Now, I have
Oh,
I have set Pharaoh's Wind
the gorge.
in the Water Temple. That's the spell that lets you warp to dungeons. Well, only while you're in a dungeon. It warps to the... I'm explaining it badly. You can use it inside a dungeon to save your current position
As a
in that
warp-
room.
You establish a warp point.
Warp point, thank you. And so I put one in Water Temple before this, just letting you know.
Okay. I never use that damn thing too, by the way.
It's actually very useful. I just didn't know how to utilize it as a child.
Same. Or AKA as an adult.
Or as an adult.
I didn't know how to use it.
Here's a tent, the Carpenter's tent in Gerudo Valley. You can't get in here with Epona because she's too fucking fat or something. But if you're persistent, maybe you kind of can.
It's like
Let's try.
Mr. Ed putting his head in the house window. Okay.
Wait a minute, Epona can't be in here, so
I think you should be able to take your horse anywhere.
Yeah.
Like inside like if Impa could get the cow in her house, then
if they can get the cow on the second floor like that,
no,
this should be possible.
no entryway.
There is a no horse in tent policy in this game that I'm not aware of. If I leave and come back, I'll automatically be riding Epona.
Yeah.
So that seems
Little
normal.
odd. Little odd.
But that seems normal, right? But what if we just warp somewhere else?
Oh, like to the water temple.
Well, I can't warp to Hyrule, Lake Hylia because that would ruin the glitch. I'm going to go to Fire Temple first, then use the spell
Okay.
and warp to water. This
The
will be
game-
worth it.
The flag for where Epona is probably getting a little weird at this time.
What
If I
makes
were
you
to
say
guess.
that?
If I were to guess.
What makes you say that?
Well, because you're in an area where Epona didn't bring you to, and then you're going to another area.
Right, Epona
Even
was
further
last
away.
in Gerudo Valley.
Last seat. She's on a milk carton as a missing person right now.
Wall wants to know if it's an emotional support horse.
This horse is about to be in a lot of trouble.
God.
It's about to be in some emotional trouble. Oh boy.
All right, so now we're in Water Temple.
It's on a moo milk carton as
Are
a
you
lost.
guys ready? Are you ready? All right, Epona, here we come.
All right.
Oh shit!
Oh boy.
What in God's name have you done?
What the fuck did we?
She's a Pegasus.
What did
now.
we do? It's Pegasus. She does not like being up here. If you try to gallop, she does not. She doesn't like it.
It's Pegasus.
I could try to snipe some Guays from up here.
Oh, Guay.
Oh, there's one over there. Let me try to hit it.
Oh, Guay. Shut up. Alan's giving me that look.
All right. So you can't dismount. You can't do anything. You can't use any items.
If you
you're
Guay
stuck.
so. Oh, Guay.
No Guay, Jose.
I need to
Oh,
jump
shit.
Um,
It's just stacking.
Poor Epona. I think this is because when we got into the tent, our vertical unit height was set at like
You said unit.
suck my unit. But every area has like a certain height value. So I think Lake Hylia is one of the lowest elevation places. So Epona is just warping to the top of the map. This is where the tent should be if it was the same height.
Did you see a dust cloud or something?
A dust cloud?
Yeah.
Where at her feet?
It came out of her ass.
Yeah, I don't know if it.
I don't think there's
I
any
didn't
dust up
hear it.
here. So yeah, we're stuck here.
Can you get off her?
This is no, you can't.
Can you hook shot?
No, you can't do anything. Just bow and that's it. I
Oh,
can't equip shit here. This is not like remote control Epona where I can use items. I'm stuck. We're gonna be here a while.
Oh man.
All right. Now we're getting into the most powerful glitches used in
RBA.
speedruns.
Gojira.
Kojiro.
Do you guys know what RBA stands for?
No, I was gonna ask about the acronym.
No.
RBA stands for Reverse Bottle Adventure because it came after Bottle Adventure was discovered. Bottle Adventure is just a series of glitches around getting a bottled item over a place where it shouldn't be.
Right.
Bottle Adventure was more geared towards getting other items on your B button, like Pharaoh's Wind or, random stuff like that. Like things that are not supposed to be there.
Would you say that every Thursday is a butthole adventure? Why I said bottle? What?
It has to do with bottles, not buttholes. For God's sake,
I'm
man.
not hearing you say two different words.
Bottles. Buttons.
A bottle. We're
Hit-
going
hit
on a
the
bottle adventure.
Buttons and buttons.
Lost says
Buttons and
RBA
bottles.
is the coolest. He's apparently aware of it.
RBA is really cool.
We all love going on a bottle adventure together.
So RBA, so regular bottle adventure has to do with changing your B button to something different than what it should be,
Right.
like a Deku stick or something like that. But reverse bottle adventure is using whatever's on your B button to affect things in your inventory. So like the other way around. If I'm not explaining it right, all will be clear in a moment.
All I've heard is butt and inside.
There's a lot of
and-
holes and things going inside of things.
yeah. There's a lot of things going. This is a
This
bottle.
item goes inside of that
This
item.
is a bottle adventure.
All right. It's very complex to set up. The way the game kind of tries to tell what's supposed to be in a bottle. So if you press
Genie in a bottle.
bottle,
Something's supposed to
if
be
you
inside
grab
the bottle.
bugs in a bottle, the last button you press is C left, for instance. So it knows put the bugs in C left.
Right.
If you were to be interrupted and the game's last known button press is like your sword, it's going to write that value on your B button. That's simplifying it, but that's essentially what I'm going to do. I'm going to get over here because I'm going to side hop into the water, but right before I hit the water surface, I'm going to hit B. Before Link can take his sword out, I'm going to hit the water and then land back on the surface. So it's as if the sword slash never happened, but it's still the last button I pressed. So I'll show you what that looks like here. I forgot where I need to stand. I think it's right here. So I'm going to go in a spot. I'm going to drop my bugs. And then as soon as I get control again, I'm going to put the empty bottle back in my hands. Like so. Save state here. So the empty bottle is in Link's hand. all I gotta do now is go in the water and hit B before I touch the surface. You'll know I did it right because the bottle is still in my hand. It was not unequipped.
Yeah.
So let me do the whole thing. Try it one more time. There we go. So I did some complicated like Z targeting, holding my shield up. And the reason you hold your shield up is so you can do a bottle swing while the shield is like going away. That makes it so that you don't interrupt the chain of button presses. Kind of have to do it in that way. And the game writes a bottle of bugs to my B button. My Master Sword has been overwritten.
Oh boy.
I still have it, so if I were to hit equip again, it would restore my sword. Why is that important? You'll see. So my bombs were overridden by bugs too, so I have another bottle here. Even though the bombs are still on my C right. Keep that in mind. That's strange things are happening. Every time I drop the bottle of bugs on my B button and recatch them, the game is adding 20, which is the value of bugs.
Yep.
It's writing it to the wrong location. It's writing it to my C right value. So whatever I have on the C right slot will be affected. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, check this out. I'm going to put the adult trade item, this chicken. I'm going to put that on C right.
Yep.
So if I drop bugs and recache them, it's going to start writing data based on the pocket cocoa. Look at my wallet. Keep watching the 99.
We have an extra.
We just upgraded
Please.
our wallet.
Yeah.
And what the fuck? I have a silver scale as well. And I have whatever this is. It's Deku seeds.
In Japanese.
This is my wallet.
What the?
This is a real silver scale, and that works. I've
Yeah.
actually upgraded my diving. This is my wallet. It's Deku seeds in Japanese.
Wow. Where did that come from?
Range. And if you're wondering about the hover boots, where my quiver should be, that's because I have no quiver, and I went adult without getting bomb bag. Don't worry about that top part. That's weird in and of itself, but that's not a real hover boots either. So that's weird. I got that done. And wait a minute, my gauntlets are strange too. Link has like black gauntlets now.
Yeah.
It changed my color. Let's see. I didn't have any strength upgrades before, but what if we give ourselves a strength upgrade? Oh, sorry, I was mistaken. The silver scale is where my strength upgrade should be, and my diving upgrade is Deku Seeds. Let's say we had the Goron bracelet, right? And let's do the trick again. Let's just drop the bugs and recatch them. Take note of my gauntlet color when I recatch it. Now they're green.
Whoa.
The legendary green gauntlets.
Yeah. Never seen that before.
So as adults, you get the silver and gold gauntlets, and that augments your strength. There's strength upgrades. It somehow affects the value of what color the gauntlets should be.
Yep.
So that's also very weird. And now I have a golden scale. There's a lot of items you can put on C right that will do different things. And I have a table here just to give you a reference of what this looks like. This is the RBA table. You can't see it on stream, but you can go to zeldaspeedrun.com. And this is basically showing you what would be on your B button. These are all the things you can catch in a bottle. And this is, if this item is in C right, it affects this button here. So it can affect ammo count, inventory, quest items, songs, everything. This is basically God mode in Ocarina of Time. Let's see, if I give myself pose, right?
It's
A
God
regular
mode that
pose.
can be overridden anytime by just re-equipping your
All you gotta do
sword.
is just recatch it.
Yep.
So I gave myself a bottle of just a regular Poe. I'm gonna put that in C right. and drop my bugs. Take a look at my ammo count for my bomb shoes. I have 39 right now. As soon as I drop it, it goes down. 20. It writes 20 there. And then I recatch it, it adds 9. So if you ever want infinite bomb shoes whenever you want, do RBA, get a PO, and boom, an instant 29 bomb shoes.
Stitch in time saves 9. What does that even mean?
So you can manipulate ammo count, inventory, whatever you want.
Wow.
And it depends on what item you have in C right. The adult trading items have such a high value count that when you offset it and you add the value of bucks to it, you start modifying quest items.
Yeah.
Take a look at my quest item screen. See, I have no songs.
Yeah.
I have no stones, no medallions.
I think what people don't realize is like the value is like a numerical value of every
Yeah,
item. And
it's
a lot of
math.
times it's sequential. And so when you're adding like values to an item in a different slot, you're like replacing it with other further along items and other
Yeah.
things. It overflows those values. And
To
can do
sum
all
it
sorts of
up,
things.
you know, every single item that you see in the game, everything has a numerical value.
Right. Like 1001.
So a game will understand what it's supposed to be. When you get a bomb bag for the first time, it adds the appropriate value in the appropriate place so that you can use the bombs. But we've now put the game in a state where we're adding values to the wrong place. The game is referencing things on my C right button, which should not be the case. And it's using that number to like assign items to me or assign ammo count.
This truly is a butthole adventure.
It is the butthole adventure. The most powerful item you can possibly get is Kojiro, arguably the very beginning of the adult trade sequence.
Now,
So
what
this-
is it? What is a Kojiro?
It's just the name of this bird, this trade item, right? You get it from the chicken lady.
Yeah.
And if you have that on C right, drop the bugs and grab it again. Off the bat, nothing really changes. You know, it didn't affect my inventory really much.
Yeah.
Whoa. I got a bomb bag, holds 40. And my quiver, which I can't even select,
Yeah.
is also a bomb bag. So I have quiver and bomb bag now.
Yeah.
Just from dropping bugs.
Yeah.
Got two of the most important items in the game.
Wow.
So now I can actually get bomb drops from grass without ever having gotten a real bomb bag. So these are all part of the glitches that I used on my first speed run where I didn't enter any dungeons. I just got to Adult Link quickly and just started RBAing everything I needed to like finish the game. But you know what? A fake quiver is not as good as a real thing. So I'm actually gonna go to Kakariko real quick. I'm gonna do the archery game. I wanna get a real quiver from the archery game. So let's go do that.
Quiver me timbers.
Quiver.
Quiver? I don't even know a.
So what happens if you have a quiver before you get a quiver upgrade already? What might happen indeed?
Your buttle is quivering.
Quivering. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give myself a bow. Let's say I went to Water Temple and I got the bow. Right?
By the way, GDQ would never allow this commentary. Just throwing that out there. We'd be pulled down.
Too much
from
sex
stream.
jokes.
Yeah.
Too much anal.
Not enough. Anal.
Not enough anal.
Not enough lube.
Anu.
All right, since we have a quiver, he'll let us play the game. So let's play. Now I
Yeah.
can show off my skills here.
We've just repurposed the bomb bag as a quiver.
Imagine I fail this game. That'd be embarrassing. If you can't play this game, you're bad.
Word. Nice.
All right, here's your fantastic present. He's
Now
supposed
I-
to upgrade my quiver.
I was gonna say
Do you know what's going to happen?
no.
Good. You know what's going to happen?
Something weird.
He didn't give me my damn quiver.
Yeah.
What the hell? Excuse me, can I... What the fuck?
Oh my god.
He has no lower half.
What?
No, I know that. A lot of the townspeople too.
I can carry him?
He's looking problematic over there.
He's like a boo.
If you get close to him, the A button turns to a grab. And if you hit grab,
Holy crap.
you can actually set him down wherever you want.
If only,
Oh, that's terrifying.
take him outside. If only you could take him outside.
You can throw him too.
So they gave him odd
Ew.
chest hair but no legs.
Ew.
Got it.
You also put him right here. Yeah,
He
if
looks
you're
like
not
a
in front,
balloon. He
you
was
can't-
just an inflatable balloon this whole time. Ugh.
yeah, you can't talk to him again.
He's a
I
little tracksy,
don't.
though.
I don't know why this happens. Something gets overwritten. The NPC becomes grabbable. I really, really wish I knew how this worked, but I don't.
That's so weird. Oh, God. Is that a heart piece in his mouth?
This is the 40th heart piece that you get.
Oh, my
Nightmare
God.
fuel.
That's
That-
the archery
That's
guy.
hot.
Yeah, that's the thing that can happen. Okay, so
Sick.
did I at least get my... Wait a minute, what?
What?
I have 20 arrow limit?
Uh,
Your starting arrow count when you get a quiver is 30.
you
I have a
less now.
smaller quiver than what's possible in the game.
He took away.
What the hell? He stole it. He took my good quiver. Now I have a quiver of 20. Oh, that's bullshit.
It's the price to pay.
Bullshit.
For picking
All
them up.
right. What if we grab a bomb bag while we already have a bomb bag? Let's see what happens.
So it's obviously like underflowing or whatever, some sort of value or canceling it out.
Yeah, it's assigning the wrong limit
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah, not an underflow, just overwriting.
All right, so we're in Dodongo's Cavern. We're going to get legit bomb bag. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right, that's normal. You found 20 bombs. Yeah, that's normal. Instead of giving me a full bag, it gives me
One.
one. All right, fucking cheapskate. All right, at least I still have my bomb. Well, I don't have bomb shoes anymore. I have a bomb bag in my inventory screen.
I wonder what that does.
This is not supposed to be equipable. What the hell is this? Can I use a bomb bag as an item? What the hell? It's eye drops.
Whoa. What? That is so weird.
Not only did it replace my bomb shoes, but I have a bomb bag holds 20 that I can equip. And if I take it out,
You get the quest item.
It's
Or it just
eye
uses
drops.
the quest item.
these are the eye drops that are like at the end of the adult trading sequence.
Right, right.
You might be thinking, can
Can
you
go
use
to
eye
Big
drops
Goron? Right,
to
I
Big
was gonna
Goron?
ask that, yes.
Yes and no. Caveat. So he will accept this bomb bag as eye drops if he is already expecting the eye drops from a previous trade. So you have to be at that stage already, because when you get the eye drops, a timer starts.
Yeah, yeah.
And a flag is set so that he'll accept
Right.
the eye drops. So you can get these eye drops and the real ones, and then just give Big Goron the fake ones.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he'll
yeah.
still accept it.
Right. But you still have to go to the sequence to get the flag set.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, yeah, these are real functional eye drops.
Great. They just have no use.
Well, maybe they do have a use. Also, this glitch line appears. I think I'm starting to break the game down a little bit. You see that line?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't know what you meant.
It's starting to graphically
Uh-oh.
break down. What I'm doing
What?
is problematic. Where else can we go? Oh yeah, let's go to Water
There's
Temple.
something wrong with your CRT.
Let's warp to dungeons. Water Temple. I keep forgetting. 1 second. Gotta go to the previous one again. I forgot to tell it to keep me as Adult Link. Alright, yes, we know. Eye drops. bombs are eye drops. All right, so now we warp as adult, dungeon, water temple. All right, so let's say we kept RBA going and we got to water temple. What's the most annoying part of water temple besides equipping the boots?
Raising the water level up.
Finding
and down.
all the keys to all the locked doors. There's like 5 keys to find in here. But what if you didn't have to find any keys? What if you just always had enough keys?
Keys.
Look at the bottom right corner of the screen. Now I have our useless eye drops in the top right corner.
Yep.
Put them on C right. What does that give me?
Bottle adventure time.
20 water
All
temple
right,
keys.
Let's go.
And we're not done. 29 water temple keys.
That's more than enough.
Now we are totally ready for this dungeon. With 29 keys, fucking open anything. No longer a problem. There's actually, I think, a speedrun category where it's like max water temple keys, where you have to get all the keys with the ones you can glitch
Open bottle
for the
adventure.
max amount of keys. So that makes the dungeon a little easier. Also, a quick thing. To get to Morpha's room, you need the long shot, but
Morphodite.
you don't actually need the long shot. Come on, man. What is this? The Megaton Hammer has a lot of recoil
Yes.
when you come off a wall like that. Like how we got into Deku Tree. If we just wait for the frame where Link is pushed back. One second. Oh my god, please. Really? Stop it. All right, I gotta go back. So we're gonna do like basically a recoil hover slide. So we're gonna use a recoil from the Megaton Hammer, equip the hover boots,
Yep.
and go really, really fast, and we're gonna be able to get to that ledge. So save state this time. Okay, good.
That looks like it.
He has to be moving backwards.
Ah.
One more frame. Come on. Come on. There we go.
There we go.
So if you quick hover boots, he maintains the speed,
Whoa.
and you
Oh,
can
yeah,
climb
of
all
course.
the way over.
Of course, the hover boots.
This works too with regular sword slash. So if you did like something like this. Oh, I don't have a sword. Never
Oh,
mind.
right. Of course.
Anything that like gives you recoil, like a bomb or something, equipping hover boots, the first frame you start moving backwards, it just gives you crazy speed. And no friction, so you just start flying.
No friction, you say.
No friction. For his pleasure and her pleasure. All right, getting to the end now. We're almost at the end. Let's see, macro imports. Next. All right. In Lake Hylia, there's this shortcut that gets you back to the domain.
Yes.
Zora's domain. It's iced over, so you can't get in here as adult. It's just super irritating because to get to Zora's domain,
Takes a while.
it takes a while. Every location has a warp song that like brings you to that area.
Yep.
Lost Woods, the Death Mountain Crater, the graveyard. This is the only area where you warp to the lake, but you can't get to like Zora's domain or Zora's river. There's like no easy way to get there. So we'll fix that. We'll go under this house here, and you see that it's kind of strange. This corner lets you kind of put your whole face in there. And with a well-timed backflip, we can actually go through it. Again, not that hard. You see, it did not take me many tries to do
Yeah.
that.
And it automatically puts them in a swim animation.
Right, because there's water on the lake, right? So it's at a certain height, and the water extends even below the floor.
Oh, okay.
Not everywhere. So if I start swimming off to the side, I'm going to fall.
Yep.
Infinitely. Eventually, there's like a void warp. There's a death plane, and it just like warps you back. So if we just strategically swim over, you can use iron boots for this area, or you can just like let yourself fall and then like go back into the water as you like as you're going down. But we'll use iron boots because we have it. Gotta sink a little bit more. There we go. So we got to the shortcut. And we're under Zoro Domain's ice. Some of you may have seen this before.
So cool.
So there was a gameplay aspect where they were originally going to allow you to explore the domain as it's unfrozen. Like after you beat Water Temple, they were playing with the idea of unfreezing Zoro's domain, but ended up not happening, which is super weird because it's like one of those areas that you can't see like restored once you beat the boss. So it always struck me as a little strange. This is the only way to get under the ice waterfall that's here. And you can see that
there it is. Around,
we're inside of it. There's another way to get out of bounds easily using the hook shot. So if we go over to this ladder, and we kind of hook shot the top of the ladder here, and you hit up on the stick, he'll grab the ledge, but he'll be like inside of it. So we can get out of bounds that way as well.
Cool.
There's something secret here, though, that's been hidden for many, many ages. What could I be referring to? What you're about to see is an Ocarina of Time fossil. Something that was buried and hidden for millennia until it was uncovered again. We're going to an area that's not accessible to anyone. As Child Link, this is too deep to dive. As adults, you can't get past the ice. What lies beneath Zora's domain? There lies a secret entrance. You can see that it's clearly cut out of the rock. This used to be an entrance to some place, some special place.
Wow.
But now the code that takes you there is gone. But what remains is just this little opening that they left behind.
Cool.
So this is some beta element. People say it's like the unicorn fountain from like the beta screenshots.
Right.
But obviously after you beat Water Temple, Zora's domain would unfreeze. You should be able to like explore this with the iron boots.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's like, where would they put? Yeah, like it'd be some sort of interesting,
Some
either
hidden
a shortcut or a hidden place. Yeah.
Yeah. So some NPC might have like told you how to get here and you would have been able to find it. But this is all that remains. It's like a little skeleton of a bygone era.
Very cool.
This is one of the only places I can think of where there's like actually a cutout of something that was supposed to be there but got cut out. But got removed from the game. So that's the hidden unicorn fountain entrance. Or so it's told. Now the end. You know what? I'm still pissed about that quiver. I have a smaller 20 capacity quiver. I played the game. I couldn't do anything except pick up the gross guy. So that was a bust. So there's only one other quiver upgrade I can get, and that's at Garuda Fortress by playing the target game.
Yep.
So let's go there and play the game and see if we can upgrade this damn quiver.
The horse riding game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're here. we rescued all the carpenters. We can now play the mini game. Let's do it. Hopefully I can get 1,500 points on my first try. This is fun. All right. So let's do it. All right, not great so far. All right, I think I can do it. If I don't suck.
You got stuck. Nice.
There we go. Got over 1,500 points.
Woohoo.
Here's my prize. Give me that quiver. quiver is very important to me. Take care of it. Oh, come on. Again?
Pick her up. Pick her up.
It says open now, not grab.
You could open her up. What?
Okay. I'll open. Wait, Link, what are you doing?
Oh,
Link, what are you doing?
No.
He's giving her a
No.
massage.
No, don't. What are you doing?
No. Oh.
Spooky mask.
What the fuck? Oh no.
Spooky mask. And guess what? I can do it again.
That spooky came from her uki.
came from her special place.
Came from her dookie.
That's why it's brown.
That's spooky.
That's why it's brown, exactly.
Oh my god.
It just
That is
stays like
spooky.
this. Oh, now it's gone. Oh,
Open.
wait. If I move away,
Can you open Epona?
Link. Oh no, his head is right in her ass.
Oh my god. Another spooky mask.
Wait, what if I get? Oh, I forgot. I tried to roll and I got another spooky mask. Stop doing that.
Oh my god. What
Oh, no,
is
it's
he
just
doing?
oh my god.
Jesus.
Link, you animal. What's wrong with you?
Boss says, wait, why did they give a spooky mask? Why indeed?
Oh my
Because
god,
you're in her
again.
spook.
Oh my god.
So on N64, you get a spooky mask. On Wii Virtual Console, you get ice arrows. Oh, fire arrows. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I think on
Says-
Switch, you get something different.
Yeah.
Waz says you're Mr. Hoverhands and it's Link worshipping the booty.
Would you like to do
I'm
the
good.
honors? Just hit the A button.
Wow.
Infinite spooky mask.
That is spooky. Spooky out of her dookie.
And that's it. That's the end of the glitch demo.
Wow.
That's known as ass chest. if you Google Zelda ass chest, this will
Ass
come up.
chest.
Yes.
Oh my
And all you gotta do is RBA your quiver, go here and play the game, and you can get the ass chest.
Wow.
Well, we have spooky mask. What if we equip swap it? What's gonna happen? Unfortunately, I'll just spoil it. The game crashes if adult Link tries to wear a mask. Only child Link can wear masks. I think on other ports of this game, you can wear it, but it's not visible on his face.
It's one of the masks they cut out of the next game is the Dookie mask.
the dookie mask, the shit mask.
Waz says GG glitch demo.
GG. Thanks for
GG,
watching.
Thanks.
Okay, so I have Din's Fire now, so I can do the equip swap because again I need it to snap to something equipable. So let's try to do it. Come on. Whoops.
There we go.
All right, spooky mask ready. GG.
GG. Time. Get end the time. Just under world record.
So we just crashed the game. It's over. It's all ogre now. That's it. That's the glitch demo. Hope that was entertaining.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
That was so
thank you.
cool. There's so many things
That
I've never
is
seen
not
before.
even close to all the things I know how to do in this game because again, this stuff has just been accumulated for decades. People have found so many cool stuff. A lot of these things are just purely for fun, and they're all possible on original hardware. All you need is a copy of the game.
And
You
a
can do it
little
on
bit
Switch.
of a copy of the game and a little depraved sense of humor.
A little
as well.
depravity
Just
as
a little
well.
bit.
This is all stuff that's completely possible by everyone. These are not cheats or some kind of advantage. Everyone
it
can
seems
do
like
it.
a cheat to me. Some of these.
Is that a glitch?
Yeah,
Is that a glitch? No.
it was an exploit, not a glitch.
Oh god.
You exploited something at the end. That's for
I
sure.
did. I exploited that Gerudo by accident. I didn't mean to. But yeah, that's it. That's the stream.
That's awesome.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, very cool. I guess
Later.
Final words. Final words.
Final words.
Demand final words.
It helps to be
Spooky
degenerate.
mask. Ass chest. I knew when I wanted to do this, I knew that the last thing to show off was ass chest. That was like a no. It was like a no-brainer for me. Like
just-
that was for sure. That had to be the last thing.
You just needed the Gyat mask.
The Gyat mask.
I did learn about the bottle adventure.
Yes.
That
very
is
powerful.
interesting to me. Very
gosh.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, this was great, and
Yeah.
great job executing these glitches.
Thank
too.
you. I
Thank you for
stumbled a lot, but
No,
luckily
no.
with the practice ROM, we can
It
have
helps.
as many tries as we want.
Thanks for
Yeah.
explaining everything.
Yeah.
Now to go
That
on
was
a bottle
entertaining.
adventure together.
I'm gonna go bottle something. That's for sure.
Butthole